Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And no Carter today, but never fear, direct from Nashville, Tennessee. Friend of the show, friend of life. He is a professor. He is the host of the Road to Now podcast and a great stand-up comedian, our friend
Ben Sawyer.
Hell yeah. Welcome back to Disgraceland, Dr. Ben.
Heck yeah, this is like part of my annual tradition.
I know.
I love it. Like I look forward to it. I'm like, we're going to Long Beach. I'm going to do Goods from the Woods.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for always having me.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see you.
Giving you the power to ruin my summers now.
Yeah,
Don't invite me next year, and I'll be like, I'm never going back.
Oh, no. We'll have you no matter what. I wanted to mention we were at Kyle Clark's 4th of July celebration, and I felt bad because I invited Ben and his lovely wife Kelly to the event, and they showed up, and I said hi, and then immediately jumped in the hot tub.
I don't blame you.
I did not end up chatting too much with you guys.
I'm telling you, if I'd known where you were going, I would have joined you.
Yeah.
It would have made me a terrible husband. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Anyway, good old time at Kyle's. Made some.
That was during the movie.
Yeah, during the
when it's
movie.
easy to escape into the hot tub.
Oh man, that movie was awesome. I'd never seen it before.
Me neither.
They showed Drop Dead Gorgeous, which is a movie that I watched a bunch when I was a kid, and I hadn't seen it in probably 25 years, honestly. Like the last time I watched it was on VHS, and I rented it a bunch. I do remember watching it multiple times and thinking it was great. Haven't seen it in years, didn't remember hardly anything about it, and then I watched it and I was retroactively proud of myself for having good taste in comedy at 13. I was like, damn, dude, this is great. Wow.
Yeah, Rivers, if you ever have kids, you'll be like, what was I watching at that age? And you'll run them through the things, and most of them you'll be disappointed in yourself. Then you'll hit gems like UHF, Weird Al's movie, which is actually legit hilarious.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then you'll be surprised at how many times they say fuck in the Blues Brothers.
Oh, wow.
Okay. No, my last day in high school in journalism class, they were like, yeah, bring in movies. And I brought in the Blues Brothers, and we put it in, and about 10 minutes in, we're like, my teacher, Mr. Panisi, was like, how many times are they going to say fuck in this? Like,
only one way to find out.
Yeah, exactly. if an administrator walks in, I am fucked.
So Jake, you're out, you're free, you're rehabilitated. What's next? What's happening? What you gonna do? You got the money you owe us, motherfucker? Can
I say that was the day we got into Long Beach. We did like a 5-day road trip from Nashville. And the best part was I got there 30 minutes later than I expected. And the reason was because I was hanging out and talking to Lance Cruther, a.k.a. Pootie Tang.
Fuck yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I met him at a block party at my mother-in-law's neighborhood. And he is the coolest dude.
He like lives down there in Long Beach?
Yeah. And he's like... He just wants to he basically just wants to live a regular life, and he writes for like amazing stuff. Like he's mostly a writer.
Yeah,
but Pootie Tang to me is formative.
Yeah, hell yeah. Speaking of things I saw when I was 13, it was like blew my mind.
When my son was 3, I would be like, whatever you do, and he'd be like, don't bang the dilly. Like it's like he'll still do that, and I was just like, this guy's just in the neighborhood, so. That was pretty cool. It was a cool day. Good first day. Block party at Long Beach, meeting Pootie Tang, and then coming to hang out with Rivers and Alan seeing Seth Pomeroy there. It was awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
It was a fun party.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Sam there too.
Yeah.
We were there. Yeah, I was there.
You were there. He was outside the gate screaming. And they wouldn't let him in. I don't get it. He was tall so you could see his head. It was weird.
I told Ben it was a behaved rager.
Yeah, well,
that's kind of what it is.
At this age, that's what we're down to, and I'm cool with that,
The people are getting drunk, but they are, keeping in somewhat control. There was a couple people who were just walking around in a zombie state, but they eventually came back to normal.
Yeah, it's kind of, once you reach this age, it's like, if you're not staying in practice at drinking, when it's time to cut loose, you're like, overdid it every single fucking time.
Well, the best part was it's officially a rager, because if you count the party as those 20-year-old Valley rednecks next door that were boxing each other out front. I mean, really, we had everything on that, man.
Oh, we have to talk about that. So I was walking through, I was going to get my towel out of my van, and as I was walking through, somebody goes, yo, they're fighting in the street. And I was like, and I walk outside, and there's 2 kids in their late teens, early 20s, just tussling in the street, and this kid goes, he kind of like pushes him off, and he starts walking away, and he goes, Justin, you're a bitch if you don't fight me. You're a bitch if you don't fight me, Justin. And Justin turned around and ran and grabbed him by the neck and like took him down.
Collared him, dude.
Yeah,
Amazing.
totally collared him down to the ground. And then the guy was just like trying to get up, and I was like, and I had this like, horrifying flash of, future events where I was just like, I feel like I'm going to die by being shot in some shit I'm not even involved in. Mm-hmm. Like I was just walking by like, and then somebody starts shooting. But I go back inside, and maybe like an hour later, friend of the show, Jeff May, who is a comedian and also a former teacher, a current boxing instructor, and somebody goes, hey, they're boxing. And so we walk outside, and the house next door, there's now probably 12 people in the front yard in a big circle, and they only have one pair of boxing gloves. And so these two kids are fighting, and of course, they're both right-handed. So the kid with the boxing glove on his left is fucked because he's got to fight with this good hand behind his back. And as we're standing there, I was there with, again, friend of the show, Clee Wiggins. This party, by the way, is a Sgt. Pepper's album cover of all of our podcast guests. But I was there with friend of the show, Clee Wiggins, and we're watching the boxing, and Jeff kind of walks past us down the sidewalk, and I didn't really notice him at first, and then I turn, and we had literally been there for like maybe 2 minutes, and Jeff is already teaching one of the kids how to box. Like he just said hi 2 minutes earlier, and he's like, no, you got to kind of twist when you throw the right, and doing this stuff. And I was just thinking, man, this kid's gonna pass the fuck out of his SAT. Is like,
I missed all of that. I just know when I walked up, they were out there. They looked happy. And they were like, you looking for the party? It's over here. And I was like, it's not. It's not a party. I'm looking for.
Y'all's knees still work. It's not
like,
my
this
party.
Is good. I was like, I'm going to keep on walking. And then, but I was like, thanks, though. And then I walked to the next house, and I could hear the party going in the backyard.
Yeah.
And there was a girl standing out front. I don't know who it was. And she said, you looking for Kyle's place? It's right here. I said, cool. I said, is your job to stand out here and tell people that? She said, no, my job is that those boys keep calling each other and I'm going to yell at them every time they do. And then she told me to go through the wrong side of the gate to get in the back. So I don't know who she was.
All right.
I have a couple ideas. As someone who was at that party, I got a guess or two.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. So good times. I made about 20 pounds of pulled pork.
Man, that Dr. Pepper sriracha sauce was so good, man.
That's my...
It was awesome.
It's my pet project every year is to try to get that thing just right.
Spot on.
Yeah, it involves reducing down an entire can of Dr. Pepper to basically syrup and then putting in the ketchup and the molasses and the pepper and all the stuff. Yeah, brown sugar and all that. So it takes a while. That's the most time consuming of the sauces, but I threw away my chicken fryer after I bought it about 10 years ago for like $65 at a Home Depot. And I felt like 10 years of service was pretty good. It was starting to crap out on me at the last 4th of July. So I threw that away and decided, I was like, and we ended up, I think we talked about it on the show, Sam and his girlfriend got us a smoked turkey for Thanksgiving. So the need to get a big turkey fryer was, I was like, well, we'll just eat this. And it was about the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. So didn't get around to replacing it. So ended up doing a bunch of pulled pork instead. Did all the prep the night before. Cooked them at 250 degrees for 8 hours.
Dang.
And then wrapped each one in a towel and put it in the cooler for another 4 hours. And that, I think, is that's the key there. Because by the time I pulled it out, I didn't even use a fork. I put on 2 pairs of gloves and just went.
It was
the
awesome.
whole thing just fell apart.
I was not hungry at all when I got there, and then I took a little bit to try the sauce, and then I ended up eating plenty of it.
Hell yeah! So yeah, all around good company.
20 pounds.
20 pounds, folks. I don't know. They were bone in, so it probably ended up being a little less than that. But
Okay.
4-5 pound.
Don't do that to yourself, Rivers. Look, you had to carry it.
Yeah,
Did 20 pounds get demolished between that whole party?
15 pounds got demolished. I've still got quite a bit if you guys want to get some to go on the way out.
Rivers, when people
Okay.
weigh themselves, somebody goes, how much do you weigh? They don't, like, I wouldn't be like, I weigh like 228 pounds, but that's the bones.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
really, I weigh 100. Like, I wouldn't say that. Nobody just tracks the bones from a total
No,
weight.
I hate to agree with Rivers here, but I got some ribs this weekend for the 4th of July, and I got 5 pounds worth, and I was like, it's hard to tell how much meat with the ribs because there are so many bones.
Yeah. Get the boneless, get the country styles.
No, I can't do that.
No.
I can't do the boneless ribs.
That's fair. Oh man.
Yeah, I think wings have ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
Because boneless wings are just chicken tenders, basically,
Yes.
right? They're chicken nuggets. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just like it's poisoned the boneless concept.
Right.
I had a motherfucking Popeyes wings.
Ooh, how was that?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
I got the original, spicier than you think it's going to be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are they breaded?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they aren't that big. That's my main issue with them.
Yeah.
Is it what you ordered, though? Did you mean to get them?
Yeah.
Where
'cause-
is this Popeyes?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Okay, I need to know.
Hollywood and Coinga.
Because Popeyes, to me,
Look for the Chris Farley and Hank Williams stars.
Popeyes, at least the ones I've ever been to, the people there, like, you know, most fast food restaurants, you can't get mad at them because they don't seem to want to be there, and you're like, well, I know what they pay you.
Yeah, yeah.
Popeyes is the ones I've been to anyway. It's the only place where it seems like they do want to be there to make sure that you don't get served well.
To make sure you have
it
a bad
seems
time.
Like
Yeah, they don't want you to
tried.
come back.
I got an email from Popeyes one time, and the
It
subject
said,
line,
fuck off, bitch.
No, what it said was, "What, you think we've only got chicken?" But when I saw it, I was like, I saw Popeyes, and I imagined like, "What, you think we only got chicken?" Like I thought
You want to fight?
Popeyes had heard I've been talking shit and was coming for me, and the whole thing was just that they had fish.
They've got shrimp. Yeah.
But I know they've got fish because I get it all the time when I order chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's terrible, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been inside the Hollywood Popeyes once or twice, but it's on Hollywood Boulevard, like dirty Boulevard. So with the kind of customers they get in there is tourists and just insane people who hang out on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys dressed
So
as
Iron Man,
Spider-Man.
Iron Man coming in, being like, "Let me try the wings."
Oh no, Iron Man's got money. That's an expensive costume. It's the Spider-Man you got to watch out for. That's the onesie. Those are the cheap ones.
I'm scared of Michael Jordan because he
Ooh.
has a knockoff everything.
I haven't seen him.
They did.
You haven't seen him? I've seen him one time or two times in real life, and I've seen him get into a fight on a video online.
Is he
of-
sometimes dressed as a globetrotter?
I don't know. I've
Okay.
only ever seen him in the Michael Jordan
I've
outfit.
seen the globetrotter guy with the head. Does he wear a headband sometimes?
No, I've
Oh.
only ever seen him bald and the MJ jersey.
Maybe he defeated the globetrotter.
I mean, they were fighting over space when I saw the guy Michael Jordan throwing down in the streets.
He was like, was it Chicago Bulls Michael Jordan fighting Washington Wizards Michael Jordan? I'd watch that fight.
You know how you sometimes have beef with your coworkers? Sometimes your coworkers are like
Incredible
SpongeBob,
Hulk.
SquarePants, and
Or anti-Semitic Elmo.
yeah. Sun bleach Hulk. That's my favorite because his costume clearly used to be green, but he's been in the sun so much it's now like kind of a pinkish gray.
it's going to turn into Red Hulk eventually.
Oh yeah, I guess so. It's time, I think, for a championship throwdown with Low Energy, folks. That's right. And this is a banger because this is a brand. Oh, you don't know about this.
That's the new bit. I do love that line.
My friend Ashley got this for me. This is a fanny pack WWE belt / cooler.
Love it, dude.
Keeps our drinks nice and chilled for our guests and all that.
And it shows love to our Saudi Arabian owners.
That's right.
Of the podcast.
Yeah, and I'd like to apologize to the nation of Saudi Arabia for offending you. If I ever did, that's right. Now, please give me a bunch of money. My name is CM Punk. Anyway, so this is a brand I think we all know, and some of us maybe hold dear, but they're getting into the energy drink field. So I'm excited to see what's up. Ben, why don't you tell them
Oh my
what we got
God.
today?
Arizona green tea,
Fuck
Georgia
yeah.
peach, energy drink, lightly carbonated. They started off just
And
being
is it
Arizona.
Fallout Edition?
That's right. It's
Boost your energy. Energy is highlighted. It is Fallout Edition. I'll just say this. You can tell, I mean, they've gotten out of control. Arizona, there's no modifier on Arizona, but everything else. The tea is green. The
Yeah.
peach is Georgia. The drink is energy. The carbonation is lightly.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, man. Natural caffeine.
What's,
Let's get proliferated.
What do you know about Fallout, Ben and Sam, if anything? Because I know it's a video game, and that's about what I know.
I know quite a bit about it.
Yeah, they made a show that I haven't
Well,
watched.
I think this is an advertisement for the show because I'm seeing the Prime logo on the bottom of the can. Right
oh,
there.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
They're advertising 2 states, video games, streaming services.
And basically the story is a atomic war happens. America's basically decimated by atomic bombs. They kind of knew this was going to happen though, so people were put in these underground bunkers, fallout shelters.
Okay, gotcha.
And then eventually they wander out,
Yeah,
and see what's left of the world, and what's left of the world is a horror show.
Yeah.
It's big spiders trying to attack you, and zombies coming for you, and mutant dogs,
Sunbleach Hulk.
and basically
It's Hollywood Boulevard.
you go around, you go into little houses, you scavenge for items, you find little pieces of scrap metal that you can sell for bottle caps, which is now the currency.
One thing I like about this can, look how tiny the tab is. So tiny on this thing.
Is it?
It's like
See.
You know what? The team that does
It's a little small, folks.
the team that does the side, they stepped it up, but then they got the same old people to do the top. Although the tab that opens is wider.
Yeah. And I found this.
Whoa, this is a fuck you up ass amount of caffeine.
I was just about to say 234 milligrams of caffeine,
Wow.
folks.
God
Yeah.
damn.
They came to play, folks.
And it's good because it has Amazon Content Services LLC on the side of it.
Yeah.
We're literally drinking the fascist poison right now.
that's right.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah.
It's orange.
This is going to be great.
It is
We can
orange.
drink a lot of it.
Oh,
This can
God.
is fucking huge, and there's only 3 of us.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We can really sell.
It sounds pissy. They don't. I guess it's because there's no carbonation.
It says it's lightly carbonated.
No,
is what they
it
said.
does look busy. It looks like when you didn't drink enough water.
It looks like that organic apple
Looks
juice.
like apple juice.
that tastes
yeah.
like shit.
That's what I was
It
going to
looks
say.
like when you go to the doctor and he's like, "You have not been hydrating, have you?"
It smells like apple juice,
They apparently have an apple flavor too, so
and it
that's
smells like peach a little bit.
oh boy,
Tastes weird.
that is really weird.
Yep.
That does taste like nuclear fallout. I'm not gonna lie.
I have a drink in the game called Nuka Cola.
Oh yeah, did we try to get some of that and they sold out or something like that?
Yeah, we tried to go to Trejo's Tacos.
That's right. Oh yeah, because they were running like a Fallout Day or something.
Well, they got a drink in the game called Nuka Cola.
Yeah.
So they're like celebrating the cause of their misery.
Well, at first, before I think they're really into the idea of nukes before everything happens.
I've
in the
tried to
game.
play that game and gotten through the intro like 5 different times on different
Yeah.
ones. And
It's a haul. If you get it, it's like an RPG. It starts slow, but once you get into it, start leveling up, start getting your extra good at killing the mutant dogs and spiders. You start running into the gangs, and they have better weapons, and you kill them and take their clothes, and then they're naked, and you end up having to be a violent criminal and murder people. But it's also a game that you could potentially avoid all of that if you do it correctly.
Well, that by the way is full sugar. It's
Rivers, I'm trying
Really?
to talk here.
Tourette's.
it's full sugar. There's no artificial sweetener in there.
I mean, I'm looking.
It's got to be artificial. What we call full sugar is not 0 calorie or diet.
Yeah. Just
I bet it's high fructose.
Yeah, I see. It's got 180 calories in the whole can. So yeah, definitely got a lot.
This tastes weird as
It's
fuck.
very weird because it is tea.
It's sour.
As opposed to, if you remember a couple weeks ago, we did the Ghost Arnold Palmer flavor that wasn't tea, but had that kind of fake tea flavor. This one is actually tea. So if it was just tea with the peach flavor and the caffeine, okay, fair enough. But the fact that they made it lightly carbonated makes it so much fucking weirder.
Yeah, because it gives a tinge of like acid.
Yeah,
Because the carbonation they add in is a little acidic.
I mean, if I just needed 234 milligrams to the dome, I guess it would be.
This wasn't 99 cents, was it?
No, I found this at the same bodega where I found the AI energy drink that we did last week. That was made
God.
by Jackawalk and Maglizawalk.
That's an AI energy drink.
Yeah,
That's
the
amazing.
Jackawalk and Maglizawalk are people you have to fight in Fallout. They also
Okay.
are the founders of Bang. So,
I think Matthew Perry does one of the voices in a Fallout game.
oh no, is that what led to the untimely demise?
No, what led to the fallout?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all the voiceover gig.
Yeah. I was looking this up, by the way. I found out that in 2010, and this sounds quaint now, considering this is just our country at this point, but Arizona enacted a controversial immigration law, officially titled Support Our Law Enforcement and Safe Neighborhood Act. And that required law enforcement to verify the immigration status of individuals they detained or arrested if there was a reasonable suspicion they were in the U.S. illegally. And there was a big response online, and a bunch of protesters basically were like, boycott Arizona tea. At which point the owner had to be like, we're in New York City, man.
Yeah, we're not anywhere.
We're not.
Near Arizona.
Yeah, it's just a brand thing. So, yeah, I was trying to find out what the owner's politics are because he is a billionaire. He's made $1 billion off of tea. And apparently, yeah, he got chastened early on in 2010 by this. And he was just like, I don't know, man. I just like making tea. Like, anytime he gets asked.
He didn't turn, like, hard right by the protest. I mean, that's what happens, like, so many times, too, is, like, you get a public response. Especially, and I get it, like a stupid public response. Like, boycott Arizona tea.
Right. It's like, look on the fucking can, man.
I mean, for real.
I guess the can says Arizona in big letters, but it's made in Woodbury, 50 miles north of New York City.
Oh, wow.
The Woodbury tea doesn't have the same ring to it.
No. And I think it's funny because he went into tea first, as opposed to people who go directly into energy drinks, where like that is where you get all your extreme right-wingers.
The first kind of energy thing I ever consumed was that yellow poison energy.
Sobe?
No, that Arizona had an energy version.
Yeah, it was in a glass bottle.
Well, I think they had that, but they had it in the huge can for 99 cents too. And it was sweet as fuck and tasted good.
Didn't it have like a medical, like a first aid, like cross on it? Yes, I do remember this. Yeah.
How much caffeine did that? I got to look it up. How much caffeine?
Probably
did that?
nothing. I mean, look, the industry is following our tolerance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Well, at least in America, when you go to other countries, they're like, you're out of your mind. We cap this off at, whatever it is, 150, I think.
But probably not in Saudi Arabia, which has extreme freedoms and people can drink as much as they want to.
That's right. And I'd like to apologize to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as well as, all of its people for any harm I might have caused.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has long been our ally in spreading democracy around the world. And I just want to say, thank you so much to Your Highness, the Royal King of Saudi Arabia, King Salman, for
9/11ing us.
For all your support in spreading democracy around the world and human rights.
But yeah, I'm giving that out of 5. What are we saying, gentlemen? I'm giving that
2.
2 is probably where I'm at too. I would.
It's not bad enough to put it in the 1 range, but it's pretty close.
It's bizarre. It's weird. It's weirder than it is nasty. Just the composure of just the idea of carbonating tea is strange.
I'm going 3.
Yeah, you're going to 3.
I'm going 3.
Okay. Fine.
3 being the like I wouldn't buy it, but if like somebody had one, and that's all they had.
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, hit me with one of those.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, if someone's doing an event promoting Fallout, they're handing these out. I'm kind of interested because they did have an Apple one that I was like, okay, I might give that a whirl.
Was it a Washington Apple?
No. I think it was just Apple. But I picked that up at a bodega in Boyle Heights, same place as I said. I found the AI Energy, so shout out to Boyle Heights.
Okay, so this is interesting. I've got the info right here about the caffeine content of Arizona drinks. The one we're drinking right now has the highest content of any one they make.
Yep.
And the RX Energy, the Medcross sign.
RX Energy.
That,
it's like how you broke your foot. You're like, I've got just the thing.
Well, also it's called RX Energy Herbal Tonic.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
To make it a little more healthier. It has 130 per 20-ounce can. So that's pretty decent.
Yeah. That's like a Red Bull-ish.
Prescription strength.
Yeah.
And then they have a couple other energy things I've never really seen. The Extreme Performance Energy drink. We haven't had that one. And then there's a Fruit Punch RX Energy. Just normal green tea, which has basically nothing.
It's got a cool can, though.
Rivers,
and it's not herbal tonic.
You've been doing this for years. What's your standout?
I've got year-by-year breakdowns.
I feel like what you're sitting on is the greatest ever endorsement of an energy drink.
Oh, yeah.
You should be.
Oh, I can be bought. We have in the past made fun of energy drink CEOs, and they will get in our YouTube comments and be like, we love you guys. I'm like, then give me money, fuckface. I'll pretend I like your DJ music. We had one energy drink CEO reach out to our guest instead of us. And
that's bullshit.
And was like, hey, tell those guys they're funny. I'm like, I fucking say our contact stuff.
Who did they reach out to?
Stuart Thompson. It was the people from Be Goat, which is an energy drink company based out of Oregon, that I found out that the boss was openly lobbying to basically banish homeless people from his town. And we said as much. And then he was like, that was great. And I think it's just because I did shows in Santa Monica every Friday night for 8 years. So I'm around rich people. It is a thing. You have to kind of beat them down a little bit because these are people who are never told no.
Yeah.
So that's why they like it, I think. And same goes.
Neg them, dude. Neg them.
And we did one with Anna Valenzuela, and we were like, "This tastes like shit." And they were like, and then we found their SoundCloud and made fun of their DJ music, and they were like, "This is hilarious! I'm sending this to the whole team."
Well, look.
I was like, "We didn't say a good thing about you."
Look,
That's how people who hate us will find us and comment more than people who like us. And that's like a cliche thing to say on the internet, but it is true. Shout out to Ryan Upchurch.
Yeah, shout out to all the cults that have come at me over the years.
Can I just have one moment with the camera?
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
please.
yes.
You're as a guest.
Yeah.
CEOs of energy drink companies. I'm Ben Sawyer, and I think that it's clear these guys are unsalvageable. But I have a pristine reputation. If you want to reach out to me, sawyercomedy@gmail.com. Let's work on something, all right?
There we go.
I can take you to the next level, all right?
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
like I said,
How many followers do you have? Say that.
I have hundreds of followers. Hundreds.
Okay.
Hundreds and hundreds.
that's right.
Hundreds and hundreds of followers.
Thousands of listeners, though. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Probably tens of thousands of listeners
Yeah,
at
fuck
least.
yeah.
I don't
Man,
know.
This man's on Sirius XM.
Sirius
on
XM doesn't tell us
Saturdays.
our numbers. We don't know.
Well, then you probably get 1 million.
I think
as far as I'm concerned.
75, 80 million, something like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's right.
6 times every weekend on Sirius XM.
Damn, hell yeah.
What channel?
Which channel?
Channel 124, POTUS.
POTUS? Nice.
Yeah.
Is
Love that channel.
Smirconish still on there?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah.
I listen to Smirconish, man. I like Smirconish.
Yeah.
That's my morning guy. It's kind of cool to get to be on the network of the guy, you know?
No, you're on the same radio network as Slim Shady.
That's true.
What?
Yeah. Like,
Shade at 4-5 is his channel.
Okay, so go to 45. All right, then add like
Where you can hear Ben freestyle.
79 more. Yeah, no, they were asking me to be on it. They, I said no. I won't just endorse anything. Only good quality products. Energy drinks, for example. Get at me.
But as far as my assessment of the current landscape, Ghost is holding sway overall. They've got the best flavors. I've currently got a straw bango
Dang.
in the mystery cup.
I'm drinking a Monster Ultra Vice Guava. Rivers, honest question. Do you think we should not be drinking other energy drinks before this segment so we can get an actual read on it?
That's true.
Because both of us come in jacked off caffeine.
This is my first one.
Anyways.
This is my first one today. So, you know.
Yeah, so dude, that probably has 200 milligrams in it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just drinking
it
water,
does.
but
Yeah.
it could have been something else. Get at me, guys.
Yeah.
This is a product placement that you just missed. Don't miss any more.
See, and mine has 150, so...
My old favorite Raise is Dragon Ass. I haven't seen Raise anywhere in a long time. So Raise, if you want me to raise your product from the fucking dead, I love your Baja flavor, my man.
And can't. Bring it back, dude.
Yeah, get at me.
If any RX Energy herbal tonics want to holler at us, that's such a funny name, an herbal tonic, and literally it's just high fructose corn syrup flavored like yellow.
Somebody once sent us a bottle of herbal tonic, and it was basically just vinegar. So I never busted it out.
This
on the show.
shit's the same color as apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
This
It is.
peach drink.
It is.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's what I used to baste that beautiful pork butts.
Pork butts.
Oh man.
Shout out all the pork butts out there.
A rainy night in Georgia. A rainy night in Georgia. Lord, I believe it's raining all over the world. I feel like it's raining all over the world.
Well, so we got Dr. Ben here, and of course, Sam is a big fan of martial arts. Ben is a professor of history, so I decided today was the day we finally covered a person that I've been wanting to cover for a long time, and we're going to combine the two right now. What do y'all know about Count Dante?
Count Dante. Nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing.
This is the origin of what they refer to when they talk about Steven Seagal and the concept of bullshito, the art of being a karate guy who is fake up and down.
All right.
Boy, this I think I found patient zero. This is one of my.
And as a fan of martial arts, I hate to shut this down because it is a decent narrative. But Steven Seagal used to be a badass. We can look up clips of a UFC fighter who's actually using a technique Steven Seagal taught him in championship level octagon fights.
Yeah.
What?
Well, See,
Anderson Silva was taught a front kick by Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
And he used it to finish multiple opponents.
Yeah, well,
crazy.
that's what I would say about almost all of these guys. And we're going to end up, there's one reference in here to, speaking of people getting up in our comments, Frank Dukes, who is the guy that Bloodsport is based on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, so I did a thing pretty early on in the podcast around 2015 where I just got interested in him and I was like, oh my God, this guy is so full of shit. I love it. And did kind of a little essay audio piece just by myself on the show, posted it as a YouTube clip. It is our most viewed clip by a lot. It's got, I think, over like 200,000 views or something like that. And so many comments, and up in the comments, fighting everybody, is the man himself, Frank Dukes. So Frank Dukes don't like us at all, speaking of people who are against us. But I would say the same for him, and I would say the same for this guy, and that is that a lot of these people are legitimate. It's just once they kind of get their first plaudits, their head gets way bigger and they get over their skis, and then it becomes like, oh, I can't sustain the level of bullshit that I'm putting out anymore.
Steven Seagal's whole body got way bigger. Not just his head.
Yeah, that's right.
I've seen him lately hanging out with
Actually, his head kind of stayed the same. It was the body that was the issue. Yeah, but Steven Seagal started off, the whole reason he got into show business is that he was the trainer for the head of CAA back in the day. And he was like, I can make anybody a star. I can make this guy a fucking star.
Wow.
That's literally how he got into showbiz. But
on a bet.
Yeah, straight up.
That's incredible. I bet you couldn't do it with me, though.
Right. So the man who would come to be known as Count Dante was born John Timothy Kean in Beverly on the southwest side of Chicago on February 2nd, 1939. His parents were rich and of Irish heritage. His father, Jack, was a doctor and the director of Ashland State Bank. His mother, Dorothy, was a socialite, occasionally appearing in the society pages of the Chicago Tribune. So he comes from rich Irish people.
Normally when someone's born in 39, you're like, ooh, that's hard times into the Depression. You're like, what's this guy's like struggle story going to be? And you're like, he didn't even notice.
Yeah. Oh, no,
they were doing great.
Yeah, by the time he was conscious, the war was over. He was doing all right. So according to Kehan, one night someone broke into the family's house, and John, a teen at the time, confronted the intruder. But instead of stopping him, he got beaten up.
Oh.
And at that point, Kean's dad decided his son needed to be able to defend himself, and he signed him up for boxing lessons with Johnny Coulon, who was an Irish-American boxer who ran a gym in Chicago's Woodlawn neighborhood.
Wait, I want to stop. How old was he when this hapappened?
He was a teenager.
He was a teenager.
Yeah.
I was just making sure he wasn't 7. He got beat up by a burglar.
Yeah.
Guy's like, my boy is not tough enough.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's according to him that this happened.
And now you're in question of every single thing he ever says now.
100%. So because he spent so much time in places like Coulon's gym, Kean ran in more diverse circles than most kids in his neighborhood, which was majority white at the time. So after graduating high school in 1958, he joined the Marine Reserves and later the Army. And while stationed in California with the Army, he became obsessed with martial arts. He read books about martial arts techniques and started training in the hand-to-hand combat skills of Kung Fu and Jiu-Jitsu. So that's where he starts, is out here. There was a lot of references to him potentially going to Asia that I could not confirm at any point, but he is going to claim a trip there in just a moment.
Yeah, he was in that sweet spot, right? After the Korean War, but not before Vietnam. Yeah, that's pretty good. This guy's born at the cut, like just between everything. Depression was over, like when he was...
Perfect timing. 1939, man, yeah, that's a perfect time to be born.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Depends on who you are. If your dad owns a bank, it's usually a pretty good time to
Yeah, if your dad owns a bank, any time's a good time to be born. But yeah, especially 39. Kean also seemed hell-bent on getting out of the Army almost as soon as he was in it. According to his friend Tommy Gregory, Kean stole cars, he made false reports to police, and even went AWOL for a while to get tossed out. And he finally got his wish in 1960. He was kicked out of the Army.
That's his wish.
Yeah, that was
He's getting everything he wants.
He had really, what doesn't he have? Dad owns a bank, kicked out of the Army.
So now he was able to devote himself full-time to martial arts. And this is when Kean met and began training with Robert Trias. So Trias was an Arizona highway patrolman who had studied karate while stationed in the Pacific during World War II. He is credited as being one of the first known American black belts and as the first person to open a public karate school in the mainland of the U.S.
Wow.
So that's whole kind of, what you think of as a strip mall dojo, a karate guy, the fist foot way.
Fist way.
This is patient zero for that.
Oh, nice.
So he's like the first white guy to teach karate to the masses.
Shout out to Allison's Karate Academy in Concord, North Carolina.
Did you take karate as a kid?
I did, but not there.
Okay.
But that's an actual dojo in my hometown. That's the one that they're making fun of in Foot Fist Way.
Oh no shit!
wow.
Yeah, the guy awarded himself a black belt and drove around in a Corvette. It was incredible.
Dude, it's fucking crazy because this is like a stereotype, and it's like the stereotype has to start somewhere. Boom, right here.
Shout out to Jody Hill for proving to everybody that the things in our town were just as funny to everybody else as they were to us.
Yeah, because there's always some asshole that calls himself like Shidoshi Chad, and you're just like, oh my God, just some fucking idiot that's like, these hands are registered as deadly weapons. Like,
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Used to
Okay.
break boards in Concord. Anyway.
fuck yes. Oh, I love it.
If you're a person who likes seeing videos of people getting their comeuppance, there's lots of videos online of these fake karate masters being either tested in combat or just being confronted and having them severely back down online.
Yeah, by the way, I should
it's a whole genre of video if you want to get into that.
I threw that out there. I should, just to clarify, Jody Hill, the director, is from the same hometown I'm from.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was
Yeah.
clear or not. It was,
I was clear.
Should have said that. When you said you took karate, did you have like a weird instructor or anything?
No, it was like it was a pretty peaceful place, man. I wasn't good
Okay.
at it, Like I got to be a yellow belt with 2 stripes or something like that. I was I was very bad at it. I
Hey,
was
that's-
not coordinated, nor
2
did I
more
have a killer
stripes than I got.
instinct. Well, there you, I think you get them and take them off. Maybe I don't
Okay.
know. It was yellow. That was for sure.
I don't know how it works. I didn't ever take karate. I was scared.
Aw,
Yeah.
I was too, and I did.
Because this was like the 90s, so I was like, I don't want to get my spine ripped out by Raiden.
Yeah, I wanted to, but then it's annoying to have to go to any fucking class as a kid. It's just like felt like more school.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go do fucking something after school that I'm borderline forced to do. It'd be fun to go do karate when I want,
Yeah, well, you still can.
Yeah, that's true. I could.
I do it exactly as much as I want.
There's a place across the street that does judo 3 times a week. Sometimes I walk by and I can see in the windows and I can see if I ever get the just delusion that I could do karate or anything, walk by and see somebody could just get thrown on the fucking ground judo style through a window and I'm like, fuck no. I wouldn't be fucking walking right for a month if someone took me to the ground like that. They slam the fuck out of each other.
I used to see him out there doing CrossFit and like pushing the big ass tractor tires and shit. And
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they had him doing shit like that.
Which
too.
is the problem you got to solve. There's always tractor tires in the way. Anyway,
That's right.
go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a real life problem.
When you're doing judo,
Yeah. So Trias opened his first dojo in Phoenix in 1946 and founded the country's first national karate association, the United States Karate Association, USKA, in 1948. And Kian, by the time he got out of the army, he would drive pretty frequently from Chicago to Arizona and would stay for weeks at a time, renting rooms at Fleabag motels and training during the day with Trias. And he quickly earned a second-degree black belt and was appointed USKA's Midwest representative. So now he's an instructor. Yeah, so it goes back to Chicago, and by 1962, he'd opened his own dojo, the Imperial Academy of Fighting Arts, and he put his students through rigorous boxing regimens that he'd picked up from Kulan, and he taught them the martial arts move that he'd learned from Trias. The school had 2 locations. One was in the Beverly neighborhood where he grew up, and the other was on Rush Street in the Gold Coast. And at the time, Rush Street was like Chicago's Vegas Strip, full of neon lights and bars and burlesque shows. So in the middle of like the red light district of Chicago, basically, he's got a karate school too.
Okay.
Yeah.
good place to have it.
Hell
It
yeah.
is.
And at the time, his dojos were mostly made up of cops, construction workers, and tough guys from around the neighborhood. But Kian sought to make the sport more mainstream.
Cops, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Construction workers, raise your hand.
All right.
Okay.
Now,
Tough guys, raise your hand.
yeah. All right. Now, Indian. Okay. Leather guy. All right. The song is called YMCA. I know one and a two. So Kean sought to make the sport more mainstream, and he was a well-regarded instructor, and he was popular and energetic. His classes cost $20 a month, which was a lot at the time.
Yeah.
But now in his mid-20s, he was focused on now creating a larger-than-life persona for himself. So here we go.
Yeah, because I was about to say, unless you're doing a twist where you're saying all his lies, this is all completely legitimate so far.
I know, yeah.
He's a very legitimate person.
Oh, yeah.
As far as what he claims and what he can do.
You can see it coming though because of the Imperial.
Yeah.
Imperial, like you're like, oh, you can. He's got that itch, right?
Yeah,
He wants to be bigger.
Well, it's kind of what I was talking about. Like, this is him, like, click, 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 going up to the top of the roller coaster, and we're about to go down. And to your point, and kind of what I was saying, you're like, yeah, all these guys are like legit badasses, but then at a certain point, it's like, oh, I got to make money, or alternately, they start making money, and they're like, I got to make a shitload more money.
It seems to never be enough, does there?
No, and it's like, because this guy, he probably could have kept running this dojo. He does have supplemental income that I'll mention in just a moment coming in from, he was also a hairdresser during this time. Yeah, so.
Wow. He could have just shattered people's expectations by beating someone up and then going, if anybody needs a perm.
Yeah. Oh,
I beat him up because his haircut was awful.
Yeah.
Oh, he gives himself an incredible perm, as we'll see in just a moment.
Oh, yeah.
This is the point where he's like making himself into a personality. He drove fancy cars, he wore expensive clothes, and he walked up and down Rush Street with his highly unusual pet, a lion cub named Aurelia, on a leash.
Oh, tones of Sam Patch.
Yes, exactly. Who is also a guy who, as he got more and more famous, became more and more self-destructive.
He had a pet bear.
Yeah, he had a bear and a fox.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
Right? When you adopt an exotic animal and you show up in public with it, you go, this is not going to stop here.
Oh, yeah. We mentioned it on, I think, on the Sam Patch episode when was it Oxford, where Lord Byron went, and they said he couldn't bring his dog, so he brought bears.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of shit, where you're just like, all right, you got too much money and you're too fucking crazy, or you're too, just knee-jerk reactionary against authority. But, so he had a lion cub. His friend, Tommy Gregory, remembers the lion cub particularly vividly. Quote, "That fucking thing would absolutely tear the shit out of you. It was as wild as can be." So he's got a lion cub. He's got a cape. And it was around this time that Kean began building his incredible mountain of bullshit. He started telling people that he had ties to the Chicago mob, that he was a consecrated voodoo priest, and that he had been a guerrilla fighter in the mountains during the Cuban Revolution. And he also claimed that he had participated several times in a secret death match in Southeast Asia called the Kumite.
Oh,
Where it fucking comes from. And the craziest shit, the guy who has control of the website of the organization that he started in the 70s is Frank Dukes. And he's got a biography on this guy that just contains the lies. It doesn't have any of the actual investigative reporting. So it's completely useless as a source, but it is really funny to read.
Oh my
Because
God.
Frank Dukes writes about this guy, or at least someone working for Frank Dukes writes about this guy pretty reverently, and it is
Amazing.
hilarious. So
Amazing.
that's where the bullshit thing about Bloodsport comes from, is he ripped it off from this fucking guy. Kean said that he brutally killed other combatants in front of roaring crowds. So
Damn.
it is Bloodsport, but this is happening in the mid-60s when he's saying all this stuff.
okay.
Kean's importance in the U.S. martial arts world was rising fast, and in 1963, he and Trias had organized a USKA tournament in Chicago, and they planned another even bigger tournament the following year. For Trias, the Chicago tournaments were part of an effort to expand the reach of USKA and karate in general. For Kean, they gave him an opportunity to solidify his own reputation as a promoter, showman, and karate master. The picture on the program of one tournament was Kean smashing through 8 bricks with his elbow.
Wow.
It's so funny because you're like, this is just what a lot of martial arts is now. It's either UFC and it's very real, or it's this, where it's like, I can smash through 145 bricks.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I've got 145 bricks at home,
And I need them.
and I'm looking for people, and I need them smashed. I don't have time.
There's only like 3 kids in my neighborhood. I need everybody on
Really?
hand. Yeah. So in a CBS interview from just before the 1964 tournament, the reporter stands in front of the karate school's logo, a giant black dragon, and he asks a confident-looking Kean whether someone can be seriously injured doing karate. Kean responds, quote, "You could very easily kill someone if you know how to hit him and where to hit him. This is the whole thing that puts the trained over the untrained." Kean's friend, Algene Carulia, remembered John's instructions this way: those 18 and 19-year-old kids, they'd listen to John talk about how he could stick his finger into their rib cage and tear their mouth out, rip away their throat. God, I mean, that scares anybody. So he is Danny McBride. He is Foot Fist Way, just sitting around with a bunch of children in the mid-60s being like, I can rip your eyeballs out and shove them up your butt.
The stuff you could get away with before the internet. You know what I'm saying? You could just say anything.
Yeah. And it's like, you have to wonder, like, the fact that his students are young on the younger side, like 18, 19, probably helps, but man, people were dumb as shit. Like so many of the like history stories that we cover on this show is just people just being incredulous at hucksters.
Yeah.
And you're like, God, this always worked.
It's awesome.
It's always fucking worked. So by the time of the second tournament, relations between Kian and Trius were tense. Kian was one of the first white senseis in the country to accept non-white students. Kian's best fighter at the time was Raymond Cooper, who was black, and Kian had given black belts to a number of black fighters, something he saw as the biggest issue between him and Trius. So the white guy that started karate in the U.S., according to this guy anyway, was like kind of pissed that he kept giving black people black belts. Because it was kind of, it was much like everything in America in the mid-1960s, racist, shocking. In 1969, Kian told Black Belt magazine, quote, "The USKA didn't have any black people in the organization except for the ones who trained with me, and Trius didn't like that one bit." And that's the truth. Of course, now he has no qualms about it, but at the time, that's the way it was. And Trius, meanwhile, clapped back in a 1975 article dismissing this charge as nonsense. And James Jones, who was a black man who trained under both men, believes that there was probably a de facto ban on minorities in the early days of the USKA, but that the battle between Trius and Kian likely had as much to do with tactics and control as it did with race. It wasn't just who they put on the mat that Keegan and Trius disagreed about. It was how they trained them to fight. So there's a bit of a differing story there. So Trius was like, I think he said that 40% of his members were non-white or something like that. And then meanwhile, this guy's saying he's a racist. So based on what we're about to find out about Kian, it's like, well, it could really go either way. Okay. It's a great defense. It makes you really get on his side if you're, a progressive person. But also it's like, yeah, this is kind of just about how he was an asshole.
Yeah.
So could go either way. This is Floyd Webb, a documentarian, and one of Kian's students remembered this, quote, "We're watching things like people's teeth getting knocked out during his tournaments," and he saw many of Kian's students up close for the first time. Quote, "For a no-contact tournament, there was a lot of contact." So this guy keeps basically pushing all of his fighters to actually, because in traditional karate tournaments, it's like you pull your punches.
Right.
It's about form more so than actually hurting somebody. And in this case, he's like, no, fucking hit him. Hit him harder.
Do it, man. Hit him like those bricks.
Yeah, exactly. Why are we hitting bricks if we're not hitting faces too? What's the point? So whatever the reason, Trius expelled Kian from the USKA after the second Chicago tournament in December of 1964. So now he's loose. He's out on his own. And frustrated by the sport's no contact rule, Kian started his own organization, a competitor to the USKA called the World Karate Federation that allowed for contact between fighters.
Oh, allowed for it.
Yeah.
Sounds like he was allowing for it before.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the old one was like it was a theoretical no contact. This one's like, no. We're just going to hit each other.
The XFL of karate organizations.
Straight up. Yeah, absolutely. Kian's organization, by the way, is unrelated to the World Karate Federation that exists today. So he just named it after a thing that already existed, I think. But at his own martial arts school, he forced his most advanced students to go through a rite of passage before gaining higher degree belts. Art Rapkin, one of Kian's former students, said that trainees hoping to advance to brown or black belts were put in a dimly lit room and forced to fight 4 other students from their dojo, one after another at full force.
Nice.
So he's having kid fights.
Yeah, but also love that he's like, you're going to be in a dark room and have to fight 4 people. But also the 4 people are in a dark room too. So
Right. Yeah. By the way, those people were given sticks and knives and let loose.
Knives?
Knives. By the end of this initiation ritual, some people were left bruised and bloody. Kian was known to intentionally instigate bar fights with his students.
Hell yeah.
So
what a great dojo master. Be like, put your shoes on, let's go to the bar.
Let's go to the fucking bar.
See what happens.
Yeah. So Art Rapkin said that Kian would find the biggest guy at the bar, knock a beer bottle out of his hand, and blame his trainee for it. Art says, John would look at me and go, hey, why the fuck did you actually do that in front of this guy? And if he was with 4 guys, you'd have to fight them too.
Amazing.
So you just pick fights at bars in Chicago.
So he's like, we're training in real life circumstances.
yes, 100%.
Circumstances which you're hanging out with some asshole who starts a fight and blames you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like I was thinking about this today, and I'll have to go back and listen to confirm because episode 200 of this podcast we did an entire episode about Mr. T, and Mr. T was a bouncer at Chicago bars. He became famous because he was the scariest bouncer in Chicago, and they used to have bouncing competitions, and he won a bunch of them, and they were like, oh, this guy's kind of cool, we should put him on TV. And that's how so I was wondering, I was like, did Mr. T ever have to lay down the law on this guy?
Well, if he did, I don't think he would have made it. Sounds like this guy's training real killers, man.
Maybe he's a voodoo priest, so he could put a hex on him. You know?
Or did he give him that haircut?
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
so.
well, I honestly want to know more about the voodoo priest storyline here.
Yeah, Mr. T, the reason he always wore all the jewelry, at least according to him, was that was the jewelry that would come loose during fights at the bars that he worked at, and he would just put it around his neck, and he would say, if you come apologize to me, I'll give you your shit back.
Really?
But people were so scared they wouldn't come
That's
back to him.
amazing. I didn't know that.
Again, but it's
His claim.
his claim, exactly, because again, Mr. T legitimately won a bunch of like bar bouncing contests, which the 70s were fucking awesome. The fact that that was a contest with rules.
When you were talking about that, I assumed that maybe it was like some way of like wearing chainmail without showing that you're wearing chainmail. Like you can't stab through it and it hangs over your heart area. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, probably helps with that for sure.
That's a good idea.
Unfortunately, it gives something, if you're fighting someone, something to grab and like pull you down with. So it's probably not super advantageous for a fight. But the fact that he wore so much of it kind of, you know, implies like it's not going to come down to that. I'm going to knock you out immediately. Yeah. I just wondered, I was like, man, did Mr. T and this guy ever cross paths? Because it seems like they were in the same area doing the same type of shit, just being violent at bars, except one of them was being paid for it and one of them was using it as instruction.
Yeah.
Hey, he was getting paid for it technically. If that's instruction, they're paying for it.
That's true.
Goes, look,
Everyone's making money off these bar fights.
I got to pay hourly for this building. So we're going to wrap it up, put our shoes on. We're going to go over, go over to Kurt's bar over here, and you're going to fight somebody.
So by the mid-60s, Kian had amassed a following of elite martial artists that he called the Black Dragons. And the Black Dragons proved their mettle against other martial arts schools around the city in off-the-book battles. And this is a thing that happened in ancient Japan and ancient China. That's what they call like dojo storming, where one... Do you know about this? Kind of
Yeah, a dojo challenge.
Yeah.
Some guy, usually a crazy person. Sometimes this is what I was talking... Sometimes what I was talking about earlier, how some legitimate guy will show up to a fraud's gym and challenge him in front of his students and be like, you're claiming to have a black belt from this lineage that I'm from.
Yes.
No one's ever heard of you.
Yeah.
Let's do this. But then usually it's like if you're a guy who wants to just show up at a place and fight, a real trainer or martial artist is just going to be like, no.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. I mean, some will, but most sane ones are just going to be like, what?
Yeah.
It takes the
We're a place of business.
that magic moment where like the roving madman finds the stationary madman and it all goes down.
Yeah. I mean, that's Seven Samurai, man. That's the roving Ronin.
There's videos of guys online who walk into professional gyms and are just like, I think my street fighting ability could match your boxing ability. And then they get in the ring and they get the shit beat out of them.
They get beaten horrifically.
Yeah.
Also, in Kian's case, his own penchant for violence, when the Black Dragons got involved, the brawls were often very bloody. So he's having like off the books, sparring matches with these other gyms who I think probably go into it being like, oh yeah, he's like a well-respected instructor. And then people are just really fucking going for it. So on July 22nd, 1965, Kian and Doug Dwyer, a longtime friend and fellow instructor, were arrested after a drunken attempt to place dynamite caps on the window of a rival Chicago martial arts school run by a man named Gene Wyka.
Dynamite caps.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get a full stick of fucking dynamite.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to break the window to freak him out.
Yeah, you'd think they could do that with their heads or their elbows or something like
stick.
that.
Yeah. They were apprehended after they got cornered in an alley and they just started throwing dynamite caps out the window. And the cops were like, just get out of the car. Like they got trapped. Dwyer was charged with 4 traffic violations. Kean was charged with attempted arson, possession of explosives, and resisting arrest. He got 2 years probation. Kean later explained this action as the result of a disagreement with Wyka over payment for a tournament that Kean had arranged there. So that's his excuse.
That's why I was trying to blow your building up.
You owed me fucking money.
You owe me
Oh,
$242.
Well, then proceed to blow up my building then. Sorry.
That's why I'm on probation for 2 years, is the money you didn't give me for a local martial arts tournament, which I'm sure was a mint. So,
Or just a lie.
yeah. In 1964, Kean married a woman named Pat Harpold, and his home life was increasingly chaotic. He was prone to angry outbursts. This is Harpold's quote. He lived in a fantasy world of things he wasn't. Like, oh boy. Well, the wife definitely knows. Kean had to rehome their pet lion after it got too big and too fierce to take care of. I like that he got married. She was like, no. No. What the fuck?
Now you tell me.
Harpold says their marriage dissolved, and by 1966, they were divorced. After the divorce, Kean continued to add to his already mythic persona. In 1967, he decided he was no longer an Irish kid from the south side of Chicago. He legally changed his name to Count Juan Rafael Dante.
Yes.
And he began claiming to have descended from Spanish royalty. His family chased off the throne and into American exile by the Spanish Civil War.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's his story.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a count.
It's literally both of his parents are Irish as fuck from Chicago.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, and he's just like, no, I am Count Dante.
Soy de España.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. So he started wearing a velvet cape and carrying a gold cane with a lion's head on its handle. Now, we've talked about this, I think, on this show in comedy. When someone gets a cane,
Oh, it's on.
bad sign.
It is.
That's a bad sign. A cane that they don't need.
I mean,
should say.
that is trying to pretend to be something you're not.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the reality is that early on in his Count Dante transformation, Kean was supplementing his income, as I mentioned, by working as a hairdresser. But even though he was just a hairdresser, he still claimed to have knocked on the door of Muhammad Ali and challenged him to a fight, and the champ begged off. So
begged off.
That was one of the things he claimed. Was
Fight me.
Yeah, he's like, no, please, no, I won't, oh, no. Like Muhammad Ali, again, late 60s Muhammad Ali, sure.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, guy. Another thing, these guys who professionally get paid to fight aren't going to be like, yeah, I'll just fight some random guy who demands I fight him. Sure,
Right. It's like a major league player. Like, yeah, I'll do sandlot baseball with a bunch of 8-year-olds. Like, no,
because they talk shit to me.
Roll your ankle like your $1 million ankle.
Yeah, you found my house, knocked on my door, and challenged me to a fight. Let's keep this relationship rolling. What do you want to do?
So Count Dante promoted his style as, quote, street effective, and developed a system that became known as the Dante system, the dance of death, or sometimes as it's known, Kata Dante.
Okay.
Oh, you want to learn to do the kata Dante, do you? Well, come on over here. I'll teach you what me abuela taught me.
Yeah. Theoretically, by learning all of the steps of Kean's dance of death, you would thereby become an effective fighting master. And he took out ads in comic books proclaiming to be the deadliest man alive. So this is where he gets famous, is because this is like such a savvy business move, because we're talking the mid-60s, so DC is already very popular. Marvel is like coming up. Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, all of these, what we think of as classic titles, all that shit is getting going at this mid-60s, and advertising is cheap in comic books. So he takes out
Is that still the case?
this ad.
Should we advertise in comic books?
Oh, in the back of comic books? That's where you'd see like the X-ray specs.
I know,
and
but
shit
I'm
like
talking
that.
about
Boys'
right
life
now,
too, yeah.
today's day and age.
That's a good question. I wish we had Carter here because I don't read any comic books. But hey, our listeners, join the Discord. Tell us what's going on in the backs of comic books.
Do they still have ads in them?
Also, let me save you some time. Graphic novels, okay?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I know the graphic novels don't, but the individual weeklies or bi-weeklies, I think, probably do. But I wonder if it's like crypto scams now.
It's got to be. That's what every ad is these days.
It's like NFTs.
Or some AI company.
Yeah, it's like own the second panel of this comic as an NFT. Oh, God, I bet it's such a dirty fucking business now. Gee, I mean, not that it wasn't before, but at least you'd get a product. In this case, a pamphlet called Deadliest Man Alive's Deadliest Secrets of Fighting. So we'll put this up right there so the people watching can see it. Man, he looks cool as shit. He looks like
does.
the devil.
It looks like the cover of like a martial arts movie.
Yeah.
And a cool looking one.
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, so
The way he's holding his fingers just tells you he must know something.
Well, that's how you stick your fingers through a rib cage and
Yes.
rip out
Yes.
the heart.
Oh yeah. I've got some copy from one of his ads, and Ben Sawyer reads news articles for the Atlantic, folks. So we've got a golden voice here, and I think it's only right that Dr. Ben reads one of Count Dante's ads for us.
Yes, this is the deadliest and most terrifying fighting art known to man, and without equal. Its maiming, mutilating, disfiguring, paralyzing, and crippling techniques are known by only a few people in the world. An expert at dim mak could easily kill many judo, karate, kung fu, aikido, and gung fu experts at one time with only fingertip pressure using his murderous poison hand weapons. Instructing you step by step through each move in this manual is none other than Count Dante, the deadliest man who ever lived. Parentheses, the crown prince of death.
Imagine being a child reading Spider-Man, and then you flip to the back and you read that, and you're like, oh my God.
They're going to teach you to attack with poison.
I could be Dr. Doom.
Were these all caps lines in the text?
Yes, that I just pulled that straight off of the actual ad. That's how
This
it's written.
is incredible.
Yeah.
The choice of what to capitalize, right? I mean, it's just so you guys who can't see the script here, lowercase, with only fingertip pressure using his murderous, all caps, poison hand weapons.
Yeah.
Murderous, lowercase.
Yeah.
Also, that second paragraph that just starts with a list of capital words: maiming, mutilating, disfiguring, paralyzing, and crippling. Those are the words they want to stand out to you.
Well, also,
Yeah.
it's comic book language, right? Like when you read like old 60s comic books, they would
which I
always
do all the time.
they would always include stuff like that. You know, these big purple prose kind of descriptive words. You know,
It's like it's you know what it is. It's like a Trump tweet.
Kind of.
I mean, it's just
man.
like the decision of what to capitalize, right?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like an expert at dim mak.
Yeah.
Could easily kill many judo, karate, kung
Yeah.
fu, aikido, and gung fu. Gung fu?
yeah. It's two different forms.
Okay, well.
Yeah,
That's probably what happened to him. There's no more gung fu because dim mak killed them. I'm sorry, dim mak
Yeah.
killed all the gung fu
So
at one time.
The dim mak, by the way, if anyone's seen Kill Bill, the 5-finger palm exploding heart technique is based on this concept that you could kill someone with one touch in one specific spot. That's called the dim mak.
Fingertip pressure.
Yeah. So like what
Poison hand weapons.
what Uma Thurman does to Bill, where she's like pop, 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 like hits his heart a bunch of times and then pushes him and he's like Gah! And then takes 5 steps and falls over dead.
Plan A taught you the 5-point palm exploding heart technique. Of course he did. Why didn't you tell me?
That's what this guy's claiming to be able to do to teach you.
So is there a link to buy this? You guys selling this on your website?
You can find
get it
them
the
on
merch?
eBay. You can find the pamphlets. So the mail order marketing for his pamphlets, again, the pamphlet called World's Deadliest Fighting Secrets, reportedly made millions for Count Dante. The pamphlet's first 2 inside pages were a sustained brag about the martial arts that he had mastered and his strikingly handsome good looks and his devotion to classical singing.
That's great.
They were followed by photos of Count Dante in a black gi demonstrating techniques like groin slap or the grab and tear off method called monkey stealing a peach. So, ripping off someone's balls or ripping someone's heart out of their
Did you say
chest.
opera singing, like singing?
Classical singing. Yeah, that's
Classical
right.
singing.
Yeah. So he's apparently a master of opera.
A black gee's the ultimate badass too.
I mean, look at him,
And
for
now,
Christ's
kids,
sakes.
I'm going to sing to you a song. Be a poeta, sing to me. Let me sing it to you. Guantanamera. Guantanamera. It's an old song from back in Spain.
By the way, the demonstration that he was doing in the back of the comics is on his second banana, Doug Dwyer. So there's pictures of him like trying to grab his balls and stuff like that in this magazine, apparently.
You got to show how it's done. You got to show how it's done, man.
You gotta
Pay
teach
for the
him.
pamphlet. You want to see that?
Hell yeah.
Just pictures of him trying to grab some dude's junk.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So in the summer of 1967, he promoted an audacious exhibit in which, as part of a tournament, a bull would be killed with a single blow. So now he's going to demonstrate the dim mak on a bull. Count Dante purchased a bull from the stockyards of Chicago and drove it around town on the back of a flatbed truck festooned with signs announcing the event.
He's going to die soon. This bull's going to die. You want to see this bull die? Come with me, Dim Mac.
I'm going to punch it in the heart.
This bull's name is Dim Mac.
After the seats were filled, though, Count Dante announced that the bull killing portion of the event had been shut down by the Chicago SPCA.
Boo.
It was also at this event that he debuted his new look. He dyed his hair jet black and had a neatly trimmed beard, reflecting his new side gig in cosmetology. He also darkened his skin with makeup. So there's an actual picture of him. We'll put this up here. Look at the fucking... He's got the Jeff Hardy beard shaved. Into
Wisps. The wisps coming
They're
aside.
like a tribal tattoo, except a beard.
Back in the day, I feel like
are.
in like, what is this, the 70s at this point?
Late 60s, early 70s.
This is what like a white guy's idea of what a European would have on as far as facial hair.
Yeah.
And I say that sincerely.
Oh yeah, I love it, and also the fact that he's like, all right, get the bronzer, more bronzer, like again, a white man from Chicago.
When you're a count, you got to be bronze.
White man Chicago or traditional Spanish
Yeah.
from Sevilla.
So also in '67, he opened up a salon, the House of Dante, in Westtown. Kean recommended hairdressing to other martial artists as a profession. The flexible hours would let them pursue martial arts training, and it wasn't a bad way to meet girls either.
Damn, maybe I just thought about my comedy schedule.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be an appointment-only hairdresser.
Yeah.
But what does it say to you when he's like, follow me to Dim Mac? You're going to need to supplement your income, though.
I mean, no.
Learn how to cut some hair.
I don't think anyone is ever like, I'm going to get this purple belt and then be rich.
Yeah. My suspicion is that he probably just employed other karate guys, right? Like it seems like a perfect also like side hustle where you can,
Be like, you can rent a chair at my salon.
you can make money off the same people twice.
Please tell me he cut people's hair with only his own hands.
with the poison hand technique.
Yeah,
He would just punch their hair.
Just punching them in
Great.
certain spots.
That is
Amazing.
tough because when you're getting a haircut, you really are having to trust that they're not going to just punch you in the back of the head.
But his
Yeah.
hands are weapons.
yeah, exactly.
It would,
So you're really on edge that whole haircut.
it would be like somebody giving you a haircut with scissors that are attached to a rifle. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we were to believe the story.
Which I sort of do.
So Count Dante started dating a 22-year-old waitress at the Playboy Club named Christy Carter. He turned her into a character too. She was deemed the Dragon Lady. And Kean and her became kind of a duo. They appeared together on tabloid covers and local television shows, performing acts that were a combination of martial arts and magic tricks.
Oh, God. What won't this guy
This
get
sounds
into?
fun.
He worked his way into magic?
I don't know if she's doing magic or if they just kind of taught themselves a couple of acts, but again, more like intersection with just cool Chicago shit at this time. This is like the time when Bozo the Clown is kind of coming up on Chicago local access and stuff like that too. So the amount of like weird, disparate worlds that could have intersected in Chicago at this exact moment is awesome to me.
It is incredible.
Yeah, and Richard J. Daley, shot up the DNC, so that happened too.
Wow,
It's
there
a
you
crazy
go.
time, crazy time to be in Chicago.
Just Count Dante in there with his poison hand weapon.
He was, he's in Chicago during all that, and you're just like, come on, man, get in there and kick ass for Hubert Humphrey, bro.
Yeah, nobody's ever said that line before.
That's why people listen to the goods from the woods.
That is.
That's
To hear
right.
lines like,
Hey.
get in there and kick ass for Hubert Humphrey.
Shout out to Minnesota. I got my Jay's Bar t-shirt on right now. Juicy
that was-
Lucy, what's up?
Non sequitur. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're Humphrey. Okay,
Humphrey.
sorry. I
Yeah,
got
come
you.
on.
Okay, sorry.
I seen his statue. I seen his grave.
Did you confirm he's dead? Because I've heard.
I did.
Some people say.
You better dig that shit up
Some
and
people say
really
he's
check.
still alive.
He's in the same cemetery as the old boy from The Replacements. Oh God, who else? There's somebody else famous in that cemetery. Shout out to
Prince.
Shout out to Paulo. No, Prince is in a different one.
They got 2 cemeteries in Minnesota now.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
That's good.
absolutely.
We're getting big.
Oh,
Twin
well,
Cities.
More people are dying.
than ever.
No, I will say my favorite combo ever is in Buffalo, same cemetery. Millard Fillmore and Rick James.
Oh.
I mean, come on. What are we talking about? Compromises of 1850 and Super Freak and
Super
all that good
Freak.
shit. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm in love with Mary Jane, baby. Yeah, this is Christie's quote about Count Dante. He likes being scary, but he also likes being beautiful. He slept on a silk pillowcase so he wouldn't get wrinkles. And I was like, I don't think he knows how wrinkles work.
Yeah, this guy.
So ticket sales at a full contact mixed martial arts tournament in 1968 were lower than Count Dante expected. Like when they described this, you're like, this is literally UFC. It's just, in the 60s. But apparently...
there's been lots of debate about when MMA actually started.
Right. It's kind of like rock and roll. You're like, they've been doing something similar for a long time. But
Yeah.
It's hard to pin down the exact thing. But yeah, he didn't sell too many tickets for the 1968 tournament.
Lots of people who were going to come were murdered that summer.
I was going to say, yeah. People got done watching a lot of violence on the street in 1968. They're like, yeah, I don't actually want to watch it anymore.
UFC or DNC, which one caused more carnage?
So the venue had no AC, so that's also an issue. And a man trying to chop through a 500-pound block of ice was thwarted by the block's slippery, melting surface.
Yeah, the man trying to break through the ice was thwarted by the ice.
It's
That's
slippery.
exactly-
Yeah.
It's got too slippery.
I love the way the guy's like, look, I can't get through this ice because it's ice.
So by the time the proto UFC tournament was over, Count Dante owed a lot of people a lot of money that he didn't have.
That's and to this day, that is a classic fight promotion thing.
Yes.
That is a absolute classic story of a small time fight promoter.
So according to former student Art Rapkin, Count Dante was desperate to get off the hook for the money owed, so he got creative. And this is what Dante allegedly said to Rapkin. What you're going to do is you're going to take the money and you're going to go to the bank, but you're not going to make it to the bank. You're going to get robbed, and then you're going to report to the police that you got robbed by a couple of guys with a shotgun. And Rapkin said Dante told him to do that, and then he did it.
Wow.
That's a plausible deniability for why he didn't have the money. It's like, oh, I was on the way to deposit it, and they beat up my guy.
You think he would just let the guy go with the money and then as he's walking by, slap the beer out of some dude's hand?
Yeah, there we go.
It was him.
So while
His wife probably made him stop doing that by at this point. You can't slap beer out of people's hands.
Okay, Dragon Lady.
You've changed your life.
So by the way, I read something about Art Rapkin where he
And he's in bars seeing big dudes with beers just being like, I don't want to be that guy anymore.
No.
Don't turn me back into who I used to be.
I was reading some stuff about Art Rapkin. At this time, he was fighting in martial arts tournaments while dressed up as Bob Dylan.
Well,
Damn.
there you go.
And so they're adding like theatricality to the full contact thing. So he's coming in, I assume, with big perm and the Wayfarers and shit, and
Like a
people up
Rolling
like-
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's right,
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Well, when MMA first started to be more organized, they were basically allowed to wear whatever they wanted.
Oh, there'd be like
you could walk
sumo
in
guys with the
you could walk in street clothes
Didn't
and
Tank
fight.
Abbott like fighting blue jeans?
Yeah, and like a fucking tank top.
yeah.
A guy went in with one boxing glove, a boxer. One full-size boxing glove on his right hand.
Dude, that guy was at this party across the
Yeah.
street the other night. He's still at it.
So the larger karate community was not cool with full contact martial arts, and Count Dante had quite a few enemies that accused him of turning a beautiful sport into rank brutality. Dojos around the country refused to send their students to compete against Count Dante's school. Black Belt Magazine refused to cover tournaments in Chicago
Dude,
because
and
of
if
this.
You're not in Black Belt Magazine.
You're fucked.
You're nobody.
Back in the day, maybe that was
No,
true.
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like an obscure sport where it's like there's only one thing, and if you're not in it, then you're nothing.
Boxing had that with like Ring magazine or whatever.
But even like boxing, I feel like would get picked up by like ESPN magazine or something like that. It's one of those things where karate at this point is so, because we're also talking about, speaking of like intersection of just kind of time and place. This is also when Elvis starts doing karate, so this is getting more and more popular. Like karate is going to blow up in the 70s with Bruce Lee and with all of that stuff. But like late 60s is when Elvis hops on board. And
Is there any footage of him doing that?
of Elvis?
Of
Yeah.
doing
Oh, hell
karate?
yeah.
Yeah, there
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
I gotta see this shit.
By the way,
Oh,
how much
man.
cooler would it have been if Count Dante killed Elvis than if he just died shitting?
We did a whole episode called Elvis in the 70s, and one of my favorite Elvis things ever happened right before he died, where this guy sees a fight break out at a gas station, and he gets out of the car to like break it up, and then suddenly a white limousine, this is in Wisconsin in the middle of the night, a white limousine pulls up in front of him, Elvis gets out, they end up stopping the fight because Elvis Presley has just appeared to them like an angel from heaven, and Elvis is like, is everybody cool? They were like, yeah, Elvis.
That is some real life Superman shit.
Yes, straight up. And I remember the quote. I'll never forget it because they stop fighting and he signs autographs for them. And he goes, I come to you as enemies, and I leave you as friends. And then he got in the car, and then he was dead 2 months later.
Damn, he was on that good pills
Hell
when he
yeah,
did
dude,
this.
he was flying in outer space.
And then he died, but they started fighting again.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
They were like, why am I mad at that guy again?
They might have cried and they'd be like, that guy saved my life.
Like, no, he saved my life.
So yeah, he's making enemies all over the town for turning the sport into rank brutality. Dojos around the country refused to send their students to compete against Count Dante's school. The Count retaliated for this in the press by calling out traditional dojos, infamously saying, "Karate's for sissies."
Whoa.
Man, he threw down the fucking gauntlet. So we kind of mentioned the idea of dojo storming, and the most notorious dojo storming incident in American history happened April 24th, 1970. The infamous, unprecedented confrontation that unfolded at the Black Cobra Hall between Count Dante's crew and another school called the Green Dragons. Black Dragons versus Green Dragons, y'all. The night in question is still debated. It may have been a feud over students or an attempted extortion. What is known is that Count Dante rounded up a group of his toughest devotees and
Guys, circle up. We've been dojo stormed.
In a bizarre gesture of fair play, he called up the Green Dragons to let them know they were coming to the Black Cobra Hall where they trained. So it's like, don't tell them you're fucking coming. Just
Maybe they weren't going to be there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like, I'm
That's
feeling
true.
this right now.
good point.
Gotta go.
Let's schedule it.
Yeah.
So
15 minutes? Is that good?
So the space was located at a nondescript one-floor storefront, but inside it resembled some kind of medieval lair. On the walls were various weapons, a pair of guandaos, a Chinese pole with a long shaft and curving flat blades, a spear, nunchucks, a mace, and an axe.
So this is like a classic like movie karate dojo.
Straight up. And these guys specifically train with weapons. So I don't know if he knows that, but it was a thing like this guy did hand-to-hand. These guys do hand-to-hand, and they also train with weapons and shit like that, too. So on John's side was Jim Konchovic, his talented 26-year-old protege, now running a dojo of his own. And this guy, by the way, Konchovic, he was the AC Cowlings to Count Dante's OJ.
Okay.
He styled his hair the same. He had the same beard. So just imagine, so this guy's whatever in his like 30s or 40s, and then he's got a mini-me version of him. That's Konchovic. Also, they had 3 of Konchovic's students with him. At the door, John presented an Indiana sheriff's badge for reasons that remain unclear, and then suddenly the group burst into the dojo. There, they faced a couple of dozen Green Dragon students and allies.
So he just stops and he goes, "Here's a badge from Indiana."
Yeah.
Okay, you see that? All right, now we're going to come in.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what, because that's like famously what they did at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, but they were dressed as cops, so it worked. In this case, like, I don't think they were dressed as cops. I have no idea why they did that.
That's not even the state they're in, right?
No, they're in Chicago. Yeah. They're like Indiana adjacent, I guess, but they're out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, they found a dead cop from Gary floating down the river.
Yeah. So the door slammed, closing the combatants inside. One fighter with a blade lunged while most of the students bolted for the back exit. Those who remained went into their stances, grabbed weapons off the wall, and charged. John landed a debilitating blow, partially blinding one young instructor. So later he was like, "I ripped his fucking eye out."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
With a knife.
Yeah. Jim Konchovic, meanwhile, was stabbed and slashed with a sword. Badly wounded, Konchovic yelled out, "Everybody get the fuck out of here!"
It's not funny anymore.
Konchovic kicked the door open to escape, but then things got really bad when a Green Dragon member hurled a spear which went directly through his neck. Konchovic immediately fell down and bled out and died on the sidewalk.
A spear.
A fucking spear.
Going nowhere.
I love a guy who's already been slashed up by a sword. He's like, "We gotta retreat," and then a spear goes through his fucking neck like it's a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Oh my God.
The papers later labeled the tragedy the Dojo War. Count Dante was charged with aggravated battery and manslaughter for Konchovic under Chicago's accountability statute. A member of the Green Dragon Society was also charged with manslaughter in the killing of Konchovic. The judge, though, could not fathom the details of a brawl with medieval weaponry, and fighters from both sides could not control their machismo in court. So he said, and this is the judge's quote, "You're each as guilty as the other." And his sentencing was he just let everybody go.
Maybe he did have ties with the mob. This is some crazy shit.
He goes, really? You're guilty. We're all guilty. Now get out of here.
Yeah,
Think about
yeah.
what you did.
Yeah, I mean, a guy got speared through the neck, and the judge was like, "You guys can go."
No.
I feel like this isn't the first story we've covered where somebody got speared through the neck in some sort of group fight.
I'll have to I'll have to go back in the archives.
It's not that a guy got speared through the neck. That guy obviously was unpunishable at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
That a guy who hurled a spear through that guy's neck stood in a courtroom and a judge goes, who here has not committed a sin? Anyway, let's get this guy with his arm back on the streets.
What happens in the dojo stays in the dojo, boys.
Well, I also think to some extent the judge was like, "You guys are all such fucking losers. Get out of here!" Like,
no concern for the public safety at all.
No. Meanwhile,
This is too much. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? This is too much.
Meanwhile, John Wayne Gacy is just wasting children across town. So, even as charges against him were all dropped, Count Dante's career and reputation were ruined. His fantasy life as the world's deadliest man is what caused the death of a beloved friend. And over the years that followed, Kian ran a used car dealership, a porn store, and eventually became a hot dog concession person at Comiskey Park. So he's working the aisles at the White Sox game. He hovered at the edge of organized crime. In 1974, he was actually questioned in connection with the Perlator Vault heist, the largest cash robbery in U.S. history at the
In which
time.
a man was speared through the back of the neck.
Was this you, Count Dante? Dante, was this you?
Was his name still Count Dante legally at this point?
Oh, yeah, he changed it
There's
legally.
no going back, Sam.
I guess.
yeah.
There's no going back.
Even when you're a hot dog guy, Count Dante.
Yeah. Count the fucking change, Dante. Clock out. He sank into alcoholism and pills, and in an interview dug up by the Chicago Reader's Dan Kelly, Dante told a reporter in 1975, "I just want people to forget me." Count Dante died in his sleep as a result of internal hemorrhaging caused by a bleeding stomach ulcer on May 25th, 1975, and was buried in an unmarked grave in St. Joseph Cemetery in River Grove, Illinois.
Unmarked?
Unmarked. It's apparently totally grown over. It's like a big patch of grass now. So
Two things.
That's Count Dante.
First of all, this guy goes, "I'm the most deadliest man in the world." And then, because of him, a guy dies through a spear.
Yeah.
Somehow that ruins his reputation.
After going to Asia and killing people at the Kumite.
I mean, he goes, "I'm the most deadliest man in the world," and then someone dies. He's like, that should increase his reputation. You know what I'm saying? Not ruin his reputation.
I mean,
like, you mean this most deadliest guy
but
killed
it was
somebody?
someone else who did it. It was the other dojo that did it to his dude.
Yeah, that's the other thing is they got their asses kicked.
Oh, that was his dude that got speared.
Yeah, it was his best friend. It was his.
Okay,
it was
I
his
missed
mini me. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I missed that part. I thought it was the head of the other dojo.
No, they lost definitively because they invaded a dojo that was filled with weapons and they got their ass kicked.
Yeah,
and then,
I got that part.
And then Mini Me was like, "Get out of here!" Everybody run!
But you know what? The whole time I was thinking, this guy has that guy all done up like him. So if there's ever an assassin,
Oh, it's
he's
like
got a double.
Oh, it's like Saddam Hussein.
Worked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got. Ooh, you're probably right. They probably did think they were killing Dante.
Yeah. And that's a plausible defense, too. Because you could be like, I thought it was Count Dante.
Yeah.
I was trying to paralyze him in his spine. But as you can see, this man's stature's lower. His neck is just where, like, the spine would have been that I was going for.
He moved.
And this judge goes, whoa, I don't even need to hear all this. Is this crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't this crazy? Y'all get out of here.
Yeah. 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 Bring in Abby Hoffman. I'm going to fucking yell it. It's probably the same fucking judge. It's probably,
What a great judge.
This
is too much. This
Yeah.
is
If
too
you guys,
much.
it was a mutual combat decision.
Yeah.
You guis did a dojo war. Come
Yeah.
on. What crime has been fucking done here?
Now bring Bobby Seals in here and let's hog time again. Like,
Can you just bring me the prostitutes in here?
God.
That one's easy. Did
Yeah.
you pay? Did
Yeah.
you fuck her? Okay, well, she's going to jail for some reason. Okay. You get out of here. It's kind of my thing.
After like reading this story and researching all this stuff, I was like, I think Chicago in the late 60s would be the most simultaneously interesting and terrifying place to go in a time machine. Where like,
yeah.
God, every cool thing is here and also I could die at any moment.
Yeah.
Like, so there's different places and different points in time that I often think about if I could go back. I'm like, I kind of like to see it. Kind of like to see the summer of 68 into like 1970 when all this shit was going down.
You'd like to observe it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, observe it from some sort of protective bubble where.
That's what UFOs are, maybe.
Ooh, yeah. It's people just observing Richard Daley doing tyranny.
They're just here to see, like, the more UFO sightings, the more you should be like, oh, I guess we're doing something real dumb.
Yeah.
They've come back to watch.
Yeah.
I don't want to be down here, but they're watching us because we're doing the stupid thing they can't believe in the future.
So I want to shout out the sources. Joe DeCalt writing for WBEZ Chicago, John Higginbottom writing for Medium, Dan Kelly writing for the Chicago Reader, and Eric Nussbaum writing for Sports Stories on his Substack.
Shout out. Hey, Atlantic.
Yeah.
Like all these other energy drink companies that aren't hearing this, reach out.
Come on.
Reach out to us.
Absolutely.
We'll do a whole story for the Atlantic.
Yeah. We'd love that.
And then I'll narrate it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Ben, get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to get out of here. I like it here. I
I'm
like
trying
it here.
to fucking make a career off this shit.
Hell yeah. Well, that's the story account Dante.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kicks were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing.
What did you guys do this week? Anything fun? Do we have any?
I mean, we already kind of talked about
Talked
the party.
About the party.
I came over here and I made some ribs.
Oh yeah,
and
we
then
watched
ate,
fucking Commando.
watched Commando.
Watched
Did you guys watch Commando?
Fuck yeah, it's 4th of July. You can't not watch Commando.
I just showed my son the scene where he just shows up at the compound.
Oh, great.
I mean, like 80 to 90 guys
easy.
wearing the same gear.
Yeah.
They just come. They don't even run out sideways. They just like it's like there was a fire and they were like, "It's on fire. We're doing a drill. Hold this gun." And he just mows them down, and he chops. He throws a saw blade and cuts a.
That's the best part.
When I was a kid, I was like, "This is the most awesome thing I've ever seen."
Yeah.
I showed it to my son, and he fell out laughing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He was like, and then I started laughing. I was like, "You're right. This is stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's a hilarious movie. I love it.
Well, now I've noticed every new movie that has action is what I call "quote unquote" gritty.
Yeah.
Which means that the lighting's darker,
Shaky fucking camera.
the blood looks more realistic. So now when you watch the older movies, you know, they're doing the cowboy, like, fall off the second story of the bar
Wilhelm
thing.
scream.
Yeah.
That is the best guy who dies in Commando. The guy who's been on the roof, watched Arnold Schwarzenegger climb up to the roof,
And not shoot him.
sees Arnold Schwarzenegger coming towards him on the roof.
Yeah.
And the best thing he's got is he just opens up his bread basket, like square on with
Right,
him,
right.
and then goes to pull his gun around. Obviously doesn't do it. Drops off. After which Arnold Schwarzenegger drops off the roof, jumps off of it, elbows two guys, and kills them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we watched that. We watched, what was it was Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger movie from
The
90s,
Getaway.
The Getaway. And then capped off with Aliens. It's
that's
pretty
not bad.
pretty good stacked lineup for 4th of July. Had some good old ribs that Sam cooked in the oven and then finished off on the grill for us. Delicious.
Delicious times. And then we went to Kyle's house and kind of ate too much the next day.
That's right.
And then on Sunday, what did I do? I saw a screening, a 4K re-screening of This Is Spinal Tap or whatever it's
Fuck
called.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because apparently they're making a new one.
Yeah, new
so
one's-
they
new one's
have
coming
to
out.
re-release the old one.
Yeah.
I heard that.
I've been seeing Rob Reiner on Instagram plugging the new one.
Yeah, he's comes out at the beginning of the movie and gives a little spiel about how they basically invented this genre of movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he gives a spiel as the character of the director
Oh, okay.
about filming the new one.
Oh,
They
that's
show a little clip of them all looking like they're 80 because they are.
Because they are 80.
Yeah.
What's the example of somebody they were like, hey, you remember that thing from 30 years ago that was so good when you really like nailed it with the sensibilities of America? You still got that, right? Like you still got that. And the guy goes, I do still got that, and it works out.
I would say 2 recent examples, Top Gun Maverick.
Was it good?
Fuck yeah. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I was like, I slapped the edge of my fucking chair and went, they're making a goddamn movie.
But was it the same guy?
No, Tony Scott jumped off a bridge and killed himself, but it was still Tom Cruise.
No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
No, it wasn't Tony Scott, but my other one, and it is the same guy, Mad Max Fury Road. is
Really?
fucking one of the best movies of 2015, and that's George Miller as an old ass man after taking at least 30 years off of doing Mad Max films.
Really?
So
Did he do other films?
it's possible.
I guess.
George Miller, yeah, fuck yeah, yeah. He did a bunch of other stuff in between, but he came back and actually went to Namibia and like filmed a real fucking movie. So it's just
Wow.
if you can dust off some old guy and convince a studio to give them enough money to make movies the way they used to make them, then you're going to be in pretty good shape. As long as it's not a comedy.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, because a lot of times it'll be, I mean, I love Adam Sandler, but Happy Gilmore 2, I haven't seen it. It's gonna suck because all comedy sequels suck. And
Is it out already?
I think it's coming to Netflix like at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken.
God.
But it's like all comedy movies, especially if there's a bunch of time that has passed.
Yeah.
The second movie, there is, I still maintain, as far as just a straight comedy, not counting on animation, there is no such thing as a comedy sequel that's better than the original. It's never happened once. There's plenty of examples of that in drama, action, you pick your genre. It doesn't happen in comedy because once you've done it once, then everyone knows where all the trapdoors and the jokes are. So,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, that's my
a thinker.
assertion. If I'm wrong, hey, join the Discord, linktree.com/thegoodspod.
Someone's going to say you're wrong.
Oh, I'm
Absolutely,
sure.
someone's going to say you're wrong.
I think we've even had this discussion in the Discord, and people came out with like Toy Story 3 and all this stuff, and I'm like, no. All right, first of all,
You said not animation.
animation. Yeah. I'm putting that qualifier in there.
Okay.
If somebody comes at me and says Ghostbusters 2 is better, you're out of your fucking mind.
Or
But-
Hangover 2.
right, that kind of shit. It's like, no, just I'm right. Anyway, come at me.
I'm right.
I'm
Come
right.
at me, you'll get the same thing. I'm right.
Yeah.
What's your weekly good?
Yeah, what's your good? What's your? No, Sam, I came up with this. What is your goods from the week?
Oh. So there's this other podcast called This Is Rad, right?
It's Kyle Clark show. You know him.
Kyle
love him.
Clark show. It's ending or has ended,
It's
at
ended.
this point.
Yeah, they dropped the 6.5 hour long episode that Sam and I are both on.
And so they have this segment called Your Weekly Rad where they just say something they liked from the week or like a movie or song or anything. You could say anything.
Okay.
And so last week I was like, Rivers, let's just steal that segment.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're not using it anymore.
No, the
it's
podcast is
decent.
over. So goods from the week.
Goods from the week.
What do we got?
Well, yesterday on the bus going to the Comedy Store and back from there, I watched a movie called No One Lives, which is a WWE production. I didn't know that until I started watching
no.
it. And not the worst movie. Some good gore, some,
Okay.
it was, I don't know if there was a wrestler in it, to be honest. I was watching the whole thing and there was one big guy and I was like, I didn't recognize anyone as a wrestler, but it's one of those movies that you shouldn't watch on the bus because all of a sudden it's like a horror thriller and those always have a shower scene or some sort of titty scene.
Yeah.
So now I'm on the bus watching this movie. Titties are just coming up. There's people all around me. I'm like, God damn it. They're going to think I'm watching porno on the bus because they're not going to realize I've been watching this for like an hour straight and it just got to the titty scene. They're just going to see a woman's tits out with a guy on the bus intently looking at his phone.
We covered No One
Edge.
Lives on the Patreon. Actually, someone requested that because it is like the only WWE movie with, I think there's one wrestler in it and I can't remember who it is.
There's a huge guy at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I thought it might be him, but I didn't recognize him.
Oh, I forgot. It's Tyrus. It's Funkasaurus. It's Brodus Clay. That's the one.
The
wrestler
huge
in this.
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the only wrestler in the whole thing.
Not a bad film.
Yeah.
I must say.
Yeah, I remember.
If you're watching it on Tubi on the bus, coming back from the Comedy Store, you could put on something worse.
That's true.
A guy gets killed with a clipboard.
Oh, wow.
I'd never seen that before.
Death by the bureaucracy.
Yeah. And by clipboard through the fucking throat.
Yeah. It's not a spear, but
Damn. Yeah, I've seen No One Lives. I just didn't remember the title. But yeah, Luke Evans. I remember.
Yeah, give it a watch. It's not too long.
Yeah.
It'll keep you interested.
Hell
At
yeah.
least it did for me. Don't watch it on the bus, though, or people are going to think you're looking at porno on the bus.
Oh man.
I got a goods from the week.
What you
Okay.
got?
Candy cigarettes. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
They still
Get
make
'em.
those?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Wow, in this woke environment?
I've got a whole new bit
you
about
are
them.
in the bubble. All right, let me tell you
I'm in
this.
the liberal
you get
bubble.
out. Do you hit Arkansas?
Yeah.
Everywhere between Arkansas and the California state line, man, they got candy cigarettes, 99 cents, Aviator. They're wonderful. Don't chew them up. You gotta just leave them in your mouth. All right, don't chew.
You let
chew
'em
up.
melt.
You let them melt. They're not good if you chew them up. You let them melt. All right, and they're wonderful. So go out there and get your kids some candy cigarettes. My wife did not like that. Not only did I give them to my son, when I would let him have one, I would hand him the pack and let him get one out, and then hand the pack back to me,
like a real dad
like
does.
a real dad does,
Hell
right?
yeah.
I'd be like one, and then he'd start chewing on it, and I'd be like, "Stop! You got to enjoy it."
Yeah, you
know?
puff on it.
That's right.
You don't speed smoke it, son.
You don't. You just enjoy it.
Here's the thing you should tell your wife, or I'll tell her for you, so you don't get in trouble.
Cool. I'll call her.
When I was a kid, I had candy cigarettes, and I loved them. I fucking loved them. And then people say, it'll make you want to smoke if you're a kid. When I tried a real cigarette, I was like, this tastes like shit. And I was like, I didn't like the concept of smoking. I like the concept of eating candy. It was never about the cigarettes. It was about wanting something sweet.
Yes, and I will say this. I'm a huge fan, always was a fan of candy cigarettes. I've never even tried a cigarette because why would you try a cigarette?
It fucks
when you
up
can
the whole
break out a pack of Aviators. Aviator candy cigarettes. They're way cheaper.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Don't have any warning labels on them, though they probably should.
Yeah, they're just pure chalk and sugar. Yeah.
And the thing is that type of candy, man, if it's too much of it, it's not that good.
Yeah.
It's got to be in that thin thing.
Right.
The only downside of the Aviators, they don't have the one side painted red like they're lit. Like
That's supposed to, yeah. So you got to paint it yourself, is what you're saying.
with your wife's nail polish. Now
Yeah.
she's double mad at you.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like you're giving them a fucking candy vape.
That's true.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
That would be worse.
Kids love vapes because it's easier to get away with than smoking because you don't have to combust anything and cause smoke.
Oh yeah,
You don't have to have a lighter around or anything to light.
No more
It's
smoke.
easier to hide than a pack of cigarettes.
Brownsville Station's out of business, man. No more smoking in the boys' room. You can smoke into your backpack.
That's right. You'd be like, is somebody drinking some lemonade that's flavored like raspberry around here? Yes.
My goods from the week. I mean, I'm very excited, as I've mentioned, for the Clips album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, which comes out, I think, this weekend. But I have a contender for album of the year, and this came out in June. And this is McKinley Dixon, who's an artist out of Virginia Beach. This is like it says, I have, as I've said, I have many alleys, but this is directly up one of them. This is Southern Gothic rap jazz, and the album is called Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon, and it is fucking badass. It's got some when the beat drops, the jazz happening here. Fantastic. Oh, it's a party. Give it a listen. Album of the summer. Might be album of the year. I've been listening to it for about 2 weeks straight now. So,
Only time will tell.
yeah, it's very fucking good. This song's called Sugar Water, by the way.
When the new Drake comes out, you might change your mind.
I mean, well, dude, we just talked about Count Dante. Talk about a guy who started a bullshit reputation of like, yeah, I'm a Canadian child actor who's also in with the Houston Mafia, right, guys?
He
Come
just
on.
released a new song a couple days
It is
ago.
T-Rash. Oh my
What about
God.
Kanye's newest songs?
They're
Like
good.
those on the show?
Well,
I think he changed one of them so it can be on Spotify.
Oh, that's
well,
good.
here's the thing. I know
Don't
the
heil
title
Hitler.
of that song, and I can't say any of the words in it. Not okay.
Yeah, he's. I don't know if you know this, Ben, but he is. His practice space is right up the street from us, and Sam and I went and conducted some investigations. Sam actually got to talk to some of Kanye's people, but
About
yeah.
as close as you'd want to get, huh?
I wanted to see the man. I had an idea to pitch. Was me dressed as Jesus, who also was Hitler.
They didn't like that. They really did not like that at all. Oh man.
They didn't like it?
Yeah.
Only because they were like, he stole his notebook.
I feel like they didn't like it because they're like, shit, if Kanye hears this idea, he's definitely going to fucking use it.
Away from Kanye.
Guy who looks like Jesus dressed as Hitler? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, or Jesus with a swastika. Was the other pitch.
I was meaning to look, because I filmed guys out on the street who were waiting to audition for his Sunday choir. And they put out a video with those guys.
It was a hooligan choir.
So I kind of wanted to look back and see if I could pinpoint any of the guys I saw out on the street in
Ooh,
it.
yeah.
Because there's multiple videos now. The one where they're outside the train station.
Doing training and shit, like doing jumping jacks.
And then there's one of just them in the music video themselves, which at first I swore was AI, but you can see the ceiling of that very specific building
Yep.
that has a very, very unique ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's definitely real.
Hell yeah.
They're shooting videos in there. They're making music in there. There's a couple. I think there's a big screen they can project a giant swastika onto. It looks like.
That's right. Yeah. He's doing good. He's
I
doing
love the
good,
way
guys.
you're like, hey, you want to join his choir?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You're like, you mean militia? Nah, legally we are calling this a choir.
Yeah. No one gets guns. It's just you just get to be assholes, basically.
And then you get guns later on.
Yeah. The guns come later after you start a compound in Guyana.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did.
I lied.
Yo, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam of the week. Oh boy, is it the southern equivalent of Oasis's Wonderwall? Yes, it fucking is. This is Darius Rucker with his version of the Old Crow Medicine Show classic, Wagon Wheel. This comes off of his 2013 album, True Believers. The song has 472 million views on YouTube.
Damn it, Hootie.
67,009 comments, and yo, I read every goddamn last one
Love
of them. Do you know this song, Ben?
Oh, of course. I'm from North Carolina.
about to say, it's
I
like-
live in Nashville.
And this song is all about hoping for Raleigh.
One of the guys from Old Crow Medicine Show founded a charter school in my neighborhood. Like, it was like,
Gentrifying your hometown.
it's an Episcopal school. Like, yeah, absolutely. I know this song.
That's so goddamn funny. Yeah, this is for those listening in foreign lands such as England or perhaps Wyoming. If you didn't know, if you're in the South and you're at a party and a guy who's white pulls out a guitar, yeah, you're about to hear this song.
You're about to hear
You're
it.
about to hear. This is the Wonderwall of the South, as I said. Like, this is the one everyone knows. Real easy, 4 chords. I mean, I barely know this song, and if you gave me that guitar in about 2 minutes, I think I could figure it out. But yeah, so anyway, this is widely popular. Let's see what the people in the YouTube comments had to say about Hootie's Wonderwall. First up,
He's Wonderwall. Wagon Wheel Wonderwall.
Wagon Wheel Wonderwall Hootie. Matthew Monteguido from 1 month ago.
Good name.
Hell yeah. I remarried my ex-wife because she's the only one who can rock me. Jesus!
Damn.
Wow.
He's about to be on the second divorce from the same woman.
That guy thought he was going to get laid a lot when he was single.
Oh, yeah.
Came back.
Yeah, that is definitely the story.
Mary Jane DePalma 6 years ago. Fuck! Am I the only one who wants to make a huge sign for his concert that says, I loved you as a blowfish, and I still love you as Hootie? I can't be alone in this.
I love you, Miss Hootie.
That's so much to put on a sign.
But it's also like he
doesn't
was
he-
never a blowfish. He was
He
always
was
Hootie.
Hootie. Yeah.
And wasn't he not Hootie and he doesn't like when people call him Hootie?
He hates it. So, yeah, he very much does not like that. It's just like there's no one in Leonard Skinner named Leonard Skinner. It's just the name of the band. But yeah, no. Apparently they were playing a bar show in some shithole in South Carolina, and some guy kept going, "Woo, woo," and then they called him Hootie, and then it became that's how the band name came about.
Oh, so
supposedly.
it's like calling him Hootie. It's like calling him the guy they were making fun of.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's like no, you're Hootie.
No, you're Hootie.
You idiots hooting at us, you're Hootie. We're the blowfish, I suppose. But also, I just like, as a guy who's been to plenty of wrestling events and in some cases made attempts to make signs, that ain't all going to fit on a sign that anybody gives a fuck about. You make it pithy if
Maybe
you're
that's
going to
why
make a
she
sign.
said she'd like to make.
You get about 6 words max.
Oh, right. And you
Before there's too much on that sign.
yeah, you're going to want to draw this in pencil first. Take it from an expert. I had a lot of opinions about Sheamus in 2010.
Seamus in my anus.
Yeah, exactly. I should have gone with that. Props.
What did you go with?
Oh, Seamus stole me Lucky Charms.
yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Those words are too long,
Yeah.
even though it fits into my category of words.
Yeah.
I knew so Seamus was Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. He was Spanish.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
he was from Mallorca.
From
so-
Mallorca.
Mallorca. Prophecy 7122 from 2 years ago. I never want to hear this stupid song again because fuck bullshit ass memories.
So would he mute it and go to the YouTube?
This is a sad song. I think halfway through listening to it, he had the, invasive thoughts.
Oh yeah.
That caused him to hate it all of a sudden.
Oh, this guy's the same way. Miguel Martin, 9 years ago. Fuck the guy who wrote this song.
Whoa.
In 2013, the first time I heard this song, I was locked up. Made me miss wife, girlfriend at time. Hearing it now, just
Wife, girlfriend.
wow. Yeah, he literally says miss wife, girlfriend at the time. This guy is my favorite. Remy Hudson, 5 years ago. As a 60-year-old black man, I loved Hootie and the Blowfish. When a buddy of mine told me that Darius left Hootie and started singing country, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Now, I don't like country music very much, except for Shania Twain, of course. But he told me nah, man, just listen. And I was blown the fuck away. Darius is no joke, man. I love country music now, including Shania Twain. Did I mention I like Shania Twain? I would tear that ass up. Yeah. Hell yeah, Remy.
I'm 60-year-old man and I'm still horny as hell.
I just love it. I mean, that's the thing that, people are wondering, like, how do you get people into new genres? Find a hot lady they like.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Darius Rucker.
I mean, he's not wrong. I know plenty of people that are like, I do not fuck with country music at all, but Shania Twain is the shit because she's the shit. Makes sense. We love Shania here.
I love a good horny post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this one's kind of horny too. C. Hubbard from 7 years ago. Man, oh man, he can sung his ass off and sexy as hell. And his little girl, boy, she's a real beauty. Hey guys, keep rocking it. Both of you are 1 in a million. Lots of love. Your number one fan.
That's the number one fan.
Hey, let's have a threesome, guys. You're both hot as shit. Come on. Hit me up.
Oh, here's another real horny one. Mary Alice Kelly from 8 years ago. Honey boy, you need to come here and see this mama. You can have me turned on to beat the band.
Oh, she's going to suck the whole clique up.
She is.
Good Lord knows I don't want to cheat on my husband, but there's always a but. This with 2 T's. I think I have a major crush on you. Love, Mary Alice.
Does this work for her?
I mean,
Has this ever worked?
I don't.
She's like, I fucked the drummer from Poison
I'll tell you.
off of a YouTube clip, and I'm never giving up.
I'll tell you this. It works on scammers who respond to this being like, thank you for content response. I am Hootie 9000.
I would love for you to make love to my entire band.
Yeah.
Please beat the band.
Please give
whatever that means.
Please give credit card. Aaron Dede from 1 year ago. Too bad many of you don't know music history. This is not a Darius Rucker song. Just like Georgia on My Mind is not by Ray Charles. It's by Bix Beiderbecke from 1928. Both are far better. Too bad these guys steal music. Do not give credit to original writers and artists who also performed it.
And that comment was sponsored by autism.
I mean, first of all, suggesting anybody does George on My Mind better than Ray Charles, I will fight you right now. But more importantly, it's like, he's like, they don't give credit. I was like, yeah, but they gave him money. They bought Old Boy a fucking charter school in Ben's hometown.
Well, it's like, what, do you want him to put a producer tag in the fucking song?
Yeah. Oh, medicine show.
By the way, this is a cover.
Hi, I'm Darius Rucker.
Before I play this one, I do need to acknowledge what's this person's name?
The Old Crow Medicine Show.
No, the person.
Oh, Aaron Dede.
Aaron Dede has pointed out a flaw of my life, and I must make it right.
As a black man, I feel obligated to point out cases of appropriation of other people's music without a
Ghost 46 2 years ago. Darius is a very gifted man. I've been listening to Hootie for as long as I got rid of my fat ass ex-wife. Funny, she lost 120 pounds to marry the only guy in the world that I hate. Karma struck. She has gained it all back, plus 40 or 50. So if you hear beep, 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 Run! Fat ass bitches on the loose. I loved how quickly that went left. That was great. He couldn't even finish his first thought about how long he's loved Hootie. He was like, I've loved Hootie since 1994. Wait a minute, that's the year I was betrayed. Like,
I love that. That's a great rebound arc from the wife. Is I'm gonna lose 120 pounds, marry a guy you fucking hate to throw it in your face,
and then get fat
and then it backfires.
Yep. Thought he married Hootie. Turns out he married a blowfish.
I got a couple more here. This one is Lawrence from 2 years ago. Daddy, unknown. Back in the 60s, black American. Mom, English white. We'll get my Ford F-150 with Alabama flag in the cab. If you don't like, go fuck you.
All right, there we go.
Hell yeah. We got a British guy with aspirations to be Southern, I guess. I don't know.
I'm so confused by that whole...
I think he's saying that his father is unknown. They just know that he is black and from America, while he was raised in England with a white mum.
He just said his mom is English.
Yeah. Well, he calls her
white English.
He calls her mum, M-U-M. So he's from England, I think. And now he's going to get a Ford F-150 and come to Alabama, I guess. I don't know, but I just like the phrase, "If don't like, go fuck you," which is fun.
Alabama, I saw Alabama license plate today. Pretty cool license plate they got there. Or it's in a variation. It's very colorful.
Which one is the one with the beach on it?
I don't know. I didn't exactly see what it was. It was just very, let me look it up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alabama's license plates.
Oh, they got some good ones. They got a choose life and no pro-choice one. That's cool. And they got rid of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival one. So, yay. 45 Kimber 1 month ago. And this is all caps. Ring around the rosy, pockets full of Mary Posey's ashes.
Jesus.
Ashes. They all fall down, rotting in hell.
This guy thought he was texting somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll email you on YouTube.
Yeah. This one is Rainy Wolf 7 years ago. When my teacher didn't have any more work for us, he bust out his guitar and played this song. He was the best teacher ever. He was also unbelievably sexy.
Oh, no.
So what are you playing guitar for your class, Ben?
Nothing, because I'm not that desperate for attention.
I was going to say, this person should be in jail.
And that's coming from a guy who does stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I'm not that desperate for attention. There we go.
Man, okay, I hate to interrupt with license plate talk again, but Alabama has a shitload. The one I saw is called Alabama Cattleman.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of just a sunset with a cow pasture.
Yeah.
There's a hilariously amount of hunting ones.
Yes.
There's a duck one.
Ducks Unlimited.
There's a National Wild Turkey Federation one.
Yep.
There's a Stop Domestic Violence one.
Yeah.
Not working.
There's a Sons of Confederate Veterans.
Indeed.
Working.
Yeah.
Save the Saturn V.
Yep.
The fuck does that mean?
On Interstate 65, when you drive from Nashville down to Montgomery, you'll pass by the Saturn V rocket that's in
Huntsville, right?
Well, Huntsville's not on 65. It's where you turn off 65 to go to
Right.
Huntsville to the Space and Rocket Center, the von Braun, where we got Nazis
Torture
to
Center.
take us to the moon. Werner von Braun, I aim for the stars, but sometimes I hit London. That guy. Shout out to the late, great Mort Saul. That's his joke. But anyway, there's the Saturn V rocket in the middle of the interstate where there's a rest area. So you go piss next to the Saturn V rocket. A couple of years ago, because it was meant to go to space temporarily and not sit on the interstate for 50 years, it got damaged. So they were fundraising to repair it and bring it back to that rest area.
Did they bring it back to its glory?
I think so. Yeah, I think they did end up restoring it.
Also,
Somebody
there
still
is
got that one.
a freshwater fishing and a saltwater fishing plate,
Yeah.
depending on which one you're into.
Yeah. Michelle Moore, 5 years ago. Ha ha. Now you're in trouble, Mr. Famous. Uber! Give Brian a ride now. Thanks. I'm going to blow up Bubba's truck. Why? Ask Elena. I gave her a line and weed, and now she wants to makes me us a fucking martini? What the fuck? There's no dry vermouth here. Oh, she's dating Colby, and apparently he's married to the Kardashians. Wow. Get her autographed, Andrea. Whoa. Autographs. I don't give a fuck Where's my kids?
Damn.
Laying down the law, Michelle Moore.
Just doing some cocaine, going on YouTube, listening to shitty music, and telling your life story.
Stream of consciousness into the keyboard. Immortalized.
If she was around anyone, she would have just said that out loud.
Yeah.
But
You would think she'd follow up with "Found my kids."
Yeah, nope. She's still.
she had to go search for him.
Yeah, she's like,
Mommy's on coke again.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Oh, she'll look.
yeah.
She'll be looking.
Yeah, like Bono though, still hasn't found what she's looking for.
She'll treat her if she treats her kids like a lost bag of cocaine. She'll
Yeah,
find them
that's
pretty
right.
fast.
Pretty fast.
And finally, the Code Man from 3 years ago. Funny story about this song. We was homeless, and my dad's company paid for us to live in a boathouse until we got back on our feet. The first night we was in the boathouse, a tornado come through, and some of the boathouses went out in Lake Gunnersville in Alabama.
Does he mean houseboat? By the way, sounds like houseboat is more of what he's talking about.
I don't know because it says boathouse, but then it says some of them went out into the lake.
That's what I'm.
No,
That's
a
what I'm
houseboat
thinking.
is a boat.
Yeah, with a house.
On the water, like a boat on the water.
This
right?
is like somewhere you would park a boat, and I was like, I feel like it's got to be a boathouse or a houseboat because
it's just a dock with a roof.
right, a boathouse wouldn't be somewhere you could live necessarily. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, the boathouses went out into Gunnersville Lake in Alabama. While it was getting bad with thunder and lightning, my dad jumped up and he started singing this song. I was scared, and my stepmom did not like that he did that. I think at that time it was not funny. Stepmom got really mad, but years later, it's hilarious. We lost some stuff, but also I'm just glad we were all together.
Oh,
So I love Crazy Dad doing Lieutenant Dan shit at a thunderstorm.
hell yeah.
Just being like, fuck you!
Stepmom got real mad. Can't remember her name now. She left.
Yeah. Well, that is the one and only Darius Rucker with his song, the cover of Old Crow Medicine Show's Wagon Wheel, our jam of the week.
If you want to have a really sad Alabama license plate, get the in memory of, and then put your dead relative's name.
In memory of stepmom lost at sea in Gunnersville.
That would be funny. In memory of stepmom.
Yeah.
It just says stepmom.
Well, I mean, you're talking to a guy who has a baby angel on his arm that says R.I.P. Pretty Baby.
That
so
is true.
That's a good one, too. Oh, shit. Ben Sawyer, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at Sawyer Comedy, my website, sawyercomedy.com, or you can listen to me on The Road to Now, where I'm more serious. We talk about historical
Sirius
facts.
XM.
That's right, Sirius XM every weekend, channel 124. We play 6 times there.
Same network
And
as Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Same one,
Slim
79
Shady.
channels. Just get to that one and then just click up a whole bunch of times
That's right.
and then wait for it.
Yeah.
And then, on all the podcast players and everything, Road to Now. I do it with Bob Crawford of the Ava Brothers.
That's
and
right.
We've been doing it now for over 9 years. So,
Damn.
yeah, crazy times.
Hell.
And still going. Episode 350
Nice.
coming up next.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been on a couple eps. Dr. Pat's been on some eps. Carter, Anna Valenzuela. Lots of your friends have been on the Road to Now. So give it a listen, folks. Sam, where can people find you online?
Sam Harder 666 on Instagram and on Threads. Blue Sky Slam Harder. Goods from the Woods YouTube page.
That's right.
Every Thursday at 5. This past weekend I was streaming and I found out there's a pizza vending machine
What?
very close to here. And I used it and I ate some very, very bad pizza, like laser tag quality pizza
Whoa.
is how I can describe it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so every week I'm walking around finding stuff. Who knows what I like? Literally, I had no idea I was about to stumble upon this thing, and so you got to watch, see what I find, see what I do. The pizza isn't cut, by the way.
Well, of course not.
The vending machine pizza does not come cut, but it's the size of a pizza that should be cut.
You got to roll it up and scarf it down like a hot dog,
Look,
baby.
how many quarters did you have to put in to get it?
Fucking, it was expensive. After tax, it was $14.
Jesus, we're like Little Caesars is literally
I
across
know
the fucking
it
street.
is. It is across the street, and it comes with a little plastic knife, and you have to cut it yourself.
I was going to say it should have like the old drink dispensers have the bottle cap thing.
Oh, yeah.
It should just have like a pizza cutter like tied to it with a rope.
Yeah,
you know what
That's
I'm saying?
what. How is that not inside the thing? And it's like
Yeah.
the size of like one of those fancy, nice porta potties.
Wow.
You know?
Fancy nice
God
one.
damn.
Yeah. You ever been to a fancy, nice one?
Yeah.
I like the idea that this is like not even a real vending machine. It's like the Mechanical Turk where there's actually just a guy inside.
That's what people are theorizing, and it totally is big enough so that an actual person could be inside. My argument for that is the pizza is too bad for a human to be making it.
Well, there's no windows, so he doesn't have to look you in the eye when he pushes out that uncut piece of shit for you. He's just in there counting the quarters, 25, 50,
Yeah.
$1.
You can find me on most forms of social media at Rivers Langley. If you would like to engage with our show, we're on most forms of social media at The Goods Pod. Best way to chat it up with us, though, we love it. Join the damn Discord, linktree.com/The Goods Pod. You can find the invite there. Buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/The Goods Pod. Make you look skinny on TV. The best way to support our show, hey, if you're watching this, you're already doing it. It's patreon.com/The Goods Pod. Second best way to support our show, head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a comment, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude. Because if you don't have the attitude of gratitude, daddy, a green dragon's throwing a spear through your neck, baby. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.